The Final Four hadn't even been played. We just kind of flippantly threw that out.
Knew what it was.
We both agreed on that.
Knew what it was. And Stanford played really
Don
well.
Staley,
Louisville
man.
played very well also leading up to it. But, man, that was a game right there. And it was good to see Aaliyah Boston be able to come back and bounce back from crying on missing a putback to dominating.
All right, when we come back, we're at Music
She gave a nice little shout out to Candace Parker.
Yes, you do.
We're at Music City Autoplex off exit 2 off Vietnam Vets
2430 Gallatin Pike North. Slide
in
through.
Hendersonville. Yeah, come by and see us. We'll be here until 6 o'clock.
They
when
got
we
a
come
full
back.
lot.
Oh, yeah.
Of everything.
Anything.
We were sitting in our cars kind of talking. I'm like looking around like, they got anything you want.
Yeah.
Just pulling in.
Foreign, whatever. Come on through.
Yeah. Ron Slay's a expert on the foreign market.
Yes, I do.
Tessie Vandy, when we come back, 615-737-1045. Curtis has deemed this Trash Talk Monday.
Hey.
Oh, jeez.
OMG at Don Davenport TN may be down, but still comes out swinging. Hashtag Trash Talk Monday. We'll be right back. 3HL 1045 The Zone. True. Our hyper-competitive housing market is frustrating you because you keep losing out on offer after offer. Maybe it's time for you to consider staying put, coming up with a new plan. Instead, here is an idea from our friends at Accurate Mortgage. How about renovating that current home into the dream home that you've always wanted? Accurate Mortgage can help you. They have many cash-out refinancing programs that can help you get the money needed to turn your home into the envy of your heart and mind's eye. Home values have gone up. So chances are that you have built a good amount of equity in your home. Put that equity to work for you by remodeling and potentially increasing the value of your home even more. Interest rates are still historically low, and if your home's value is increased, maybe the perfect time to take advantage of a cash-out refinance loan. Accurate Mortgage can help make it a brighter spring for you and your family. Reach out to Accurate Mortgage to discuss if a cash-out refi makes sense for you. Visit Accurate Mortgage today, AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage Group, a division of Acopia LLC, is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 4664.
You want a new car and you want it to be exactly how you want it. You don't want to settle for a different color leather or no sports package or something. Well, call Two Rivers Ford because they can give you exactly what you want. Go to tworiversford.com or call the non-commissioned sales team at Two Rivers Ford and they will custom order whatever vehicle you want for you. Let's say you want a new Ford Explorer XLT in carbonized gray with co-pilot assist. Everybody wants co-pilot assist, right? And you want to add the sports package to Rivers Ford. Give them a call. Go online. And at Two Rivers Ford, you can now custom order any new Ford, any color, any features. It's their new Built For You program. If you have a trade-in, by the way, don't forget Two Rivers Ford always has the max trade-in guarantee for you, too. There's a reason that Two Rivers Ford has been around for almost 40 years. That's because they make doing business easy. Their prices always honest and fair. And, of course, there's no pressure because their salespeople don't work on commission. Find out why Two Rivers Ford is the most trusted name in the business. Call them toll-free 800-900-1000. Go visit them in Mount Juliet by Providence or, of course, online, tworiversford.com. That's Two Rivers Ford, powered by Ford, driven by people.
3HL 1045, the Zone, Music City Autoplex in Hendersonville off exit 2. Vietnam vets, it's easy to get here. Come by and see us. Slay's in the building.
I'm in the building.
There
What's
we
up?
Slay put out 2 videos yesterday.
It was
One was
yesterday.
Saturday, right?
Oh, one was Saturday where it was just a song and you were dancing.
all of them were yesterday.
Oh,
Both
no,
of them
no.
yesterday.
That's right. Okay.
Both of them were yesterday, yo.
I can't
Even
tell.
We
the
done
I knew
ran
the
those days
sweep
together.
was,
Yeah.
but okay.
I can't
The
tell
other
which,
one I put out before, that was during a basketball game, and then I just ran it back.
I can't tell which one I
Oldie
like
but a
better.
goodie.
Where you just kind of sway into the music. I mean, it's
Eating candy.
Yeah.
cookies and cream, Hershey's.
Eating candy and listening to candy.
Yeah, that's right.
See, sometimes it's the most subtle things. Sometimes you ain't even got to say nothing. I didn't drop a name in the other video either. When I had the backs.
You said anchor down
No, I didn't.
in the first one.
I did.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
But in the second one, I didn't even say nothing. It was a little dust and stuff on the ground. I decided to sweep up, you know.
Were Vandy fans annoyed by you?
You know
At
what?
you? Like, did you hear from them? I guess it's hard to hear from them when it wasn't pretty.
I think that's it. I think they kind of went back into a little hole and kind of hid a little bit. But this is what I want to
But like,
tell
if
them.
I'm a Vandy fan, I'm coming at you.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm cool with it. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
man. So this is my thing. They say, man, you got to act like you've been there before. Well, in my lifetime,
They haven't.
I haven't.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to act. So I'm just
Like,
going to enjoy the
Tennessee
moment.
baseball has never been there.
Not in my lifetime. We've been
Yeah.
good,
they've never been
but
unanimous
not like
number
this.
one, though.
Yeah, not
Right.
Ever. In
This is
125 years of playing the sport, they've never been unanimous number one.
This is where Vandy has set the baseline. This is the standard. We finally come up and met the standard. So now all of a sudden we walk in the room. I don't know how to act. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to take my shoes off when I come in the house? Do I hang my coat up? Do I throw my hat across the room? I don't know what to do. But I do know inside this room, this is a good time.
Well, we talked
Yeah,
about
ball.
on Friday, if Tennessee were to sweep Vanderbilt, Vandy fan will have never hated Tennessee more than they do right now.
Lord.
And I think that's true, right?
Dude, yes.
And I think
Baseball's
it's
weird, though.
baseball's weird, and that's part of why I said it was because of the way Tennessee plays the game
Mm-hmm.
and how in your face they are.
Yeah.
And
We have these conversations in the summer talking about Major League Baseball, too.
Right.
Because there are some people that say that it's boring.
Yep.
needs
but
more
there-
juice.
It needs more juice.
Yep.
It needs more. And some people say this about golf too,
Flash and swag
right?
and all that.
And that's what Tennessee is. But your baseball traditionalists are like, "What is that crap? You're tainting our game.
Yeah.
Stop it."
Yeah.
And this came up with, was it Mississippi State baseball too? It was or
Arkansas.
Arkansas
Arkansas,
baseball.
yeah.
So this has come up with a couple of the newer programs, whereas the unspoken rules,
Mhm.
the you don't flip your bat,
Mhm.
you don't stare somebody down, all of those unwritten baseball rules
Right.
are out the window
Right. And so, like, Tennessee
for
guys
some
hitting,
of these programs.
Tennessee guys hitting a home run and then staring down the dugout as he goes from third to home.
Like, that's frowned upon.
But you know what?
You know,
Yeah.
Coach Corbs is like, what is that crap?
You are exactly right. But you know where they get that from? The major leagues, watching Atlanta Braves, watching San Diego, Tatis and them guys like that. Like watching
Not all
them guys.
of them, some of them.
Not all of them, but the majority of the new age, the
Yeah.
new crop
Right.
coming
I
through.
just think
that's
most-
exciting and fun.
Most coaches in baseball are baseball purists, and they don't allow
Purist.
that stuff.
That's the word.
They
I
don't
totally
allow
agree
that stuff to happen. But Vitello, like, if you listen to him, he's like, they come up with all these ideas.
Yeah,
He just doesn't do anything about it.
He allows them. Yeah.
Man, listen.
Be you. Go
But that's-
ahead.
That's part of who he is.
And if
Okay,
you
but
work
I was
hard-
going to say,
Go.
that's Vitello, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mirror.
it is.
You're a mirror.
I mean,
of-
listen to his
mirror.
reactions and interviews. And,
Speaking of,
I mean, doesn't he fly around in his orange, like, Maserati or
I
something?
mean-
I mean,
yes, the Talladega Nights reference
Mike Honcho.
in the middle of a game in an interview in the dugout
That's
was
cold.
an all-timer. And so for those that didn't see, Tennessee hits a home run to take the lead 1-0 in game one.
Yeah.
Well, all the bats have to be checked before the game and before the series, and they put a sticker of the opposing team on your bat.
Right.
Well, this bat, the catcher noticed, had who'd they play? Western Carolina last week.
Mm-hmm.
had that sticker still, so they confiscate the bat. Vitello loses it.
Right.
Goes out there. They take the home run off the board. And so instead of 1-0 lead Tennessee, it's 0-0, 1-2-3 inning for Vanderbilt.
First inning.
Which
too.
So-
because he's claiming the sticker fell off, right? That's what they're
Yep.
saying. The sticker is just
Yep.
gone.
So he said it happened during batting practice, but he didn't think anything about it. Well, you need to. I mean, that's on you, bro.
It's a rule.
Right. So, I mean, the home run should have been taken off the board and all those things. Well, Vitello was still angry about it. And they went to the dugout interview, I think, third, fourth inning, and he said this.
How was that situation explained to you with the bat?
I guess, the sticker came off during BP. There was no sticker on the bat. You got to have a sticker. We've actually, since I've learned that, we've got a few bats that somehow conveniently the stickers have come off. So I don't know, but I don't even know that Jordan Beck should be at University of Tennessee, forged his transcript. And it's actually a 35-year-old man named Mike Concho.
Hey, man, you got to be savvy. You got to be savvy.
He's actually a 35-year-old man named Mike
Come
Concho.
on, man.
I mean, that's straight out of Talladega Lights. It's so
Dude.
beautiful.
You talking about somebody that's out there enjoying the time, and it's a mirror image that's reflected right into the players, and that's exactly what they're carrying out there. But what you can't lose sight of either through this fun and games and all this is the hard work that's being put in too. We hear about what they do in the off season and how it ain't no days off, man. This is a grind. So once you put all that in, it's just boring if you don't find a way to have fun and re-energize throughout the season. Like, you're going to have different benchmarks that you got to hit. And that's why teams hit walls and all of a sudden just nosedive because they can't get that energy back.
Here is what Tennessee center fielder Drew Gilbert said about the Vanderbilt crowd being less hostile as the weekend progressed. This from Wes Rucker, 24/7 Sports. Quote, oh, do you have that soundbite?
Yeah.
Let it rip.
I think we all embrace it, right? I think that helps us play on the road really well. Is we definitely embrace it. We don't care if people are yelling at us. We kind of like it, right? And I think if you embrace it, things can go well like they have been going.
Did you notice the yelling reduce a little bit as the weekend went on? It seemed like Friday was really intense.
For sure. I mean, you definitely notice that, right? I mean, you're stomping on someone's throat. You tend to get a little quieter.
Wow.
Hey, man.
For sure, you definitely notice that when you're stomping on someone's throat, they tend to get a little quieter.
Oh, man.
When I read that on Twitter, I read it in Slave's voice in my head.
Yeah.
That's something you would say.
I mean, hey, it is what it is.
When you're stepping on somebody's throat, they tend to get a little quiet.
And when you walk in that walk, you can talk that talk. And them bats swinging.
Well,
for the
and
fences.
what's interesting, because Vanderbilt is the standard in baseball,
Yeah,
right? Like,
without question.
4 times in the last 8 years have been the College World Series. They're
Right.
consistently ranked in the top 10, close to number 1, if not number 1, right? Like, they are the standard, and they do it in more of a have respect for the game thing, right? Tennessee is brash. Like we talked about on Friday. It's almost like you've got the dog that you've had for a while and you love them, and they're like the best dog that's ever been.
Right.
And then you get a puppy.
Yeah.
And the puppy comes in there, and the puppy's jibber-jabbering, nipping at people's heels.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different way to be like your favorite thing.
That's right.
And these two programs are doing it in different ways, and I think that's why, like, Vanderbilt looks at the way Tennessee's doing it, and they hate them. And I think they're quickly, if they can stay relevant this year and can stay hot and can stay near the top or ranked number 1, they'll be the most hated baseball team out there, one of the most hated sports teams out there. Because people just, like, if you're not a fan of that school, you're going to look at them and be like, damn it, do it the right way, man. And so, like, you hear the comments coming out of the Tennessee side of things, and it's much different than what you hear coming out of the Vanderbilt side of things. And again, you definitely notice that when you're stomping on someone's throat, they tend to get a little quieter. Well,
They do.
Coach Corbin said this to Area Gerson, who covers Vanderbilt at @Area_Gerson. This game has a way of coming back around to people who treat it well. And we do. The game is easy. The game is very easy for that group right now across the street. They're playing very well. The game's difficult for us right now, but it's not always going to be that way. So maybe I'm reading too much into that, but to me, that's And I love Corpse. Like, I could not love Corpse more than I love Corpse. I love Corpse and respect the crap out of that guy. But to me, that's respect the game guy looking at that other dugout with mink coats and homer hats and, like, why are they being rewarded? They don't do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
Yeah, and I think what you have to do is strip that down. That's why I'm saying if that's stripped down and you strip the fur coat off and you take the daddy hat off and you take the sunglasses off and you get down to it, they got the exact same player that you modeled your program after. You just ain't got lighter in them right there. It's a little different. It's a little different when you ain't got them guys right there on the mound throwing that heat. It's totally different.
Well, and that was the story of the series to me. It wasn't like coming in, it's like Tennessee with all these homers and all this stuff and offensively.
Right.
I thought Vanderbilt pitched pretty well, honestly, to stay in the game.
Yeah.
Tennessee just smothered them with the pitching.
That's part of it. But if you strip all of that down, man, you get to the essence of it. Them dudes work hard just like them dudes work hard. Yeah. Now, the way you go out there and perform when the lights cut on, totally different. But when the lights cut off, you out there doing the same exact work, running the same exact sprints that they do, and it's always going to be like that. In basketball, football, baseball, whatever it is, the old dog always going to look at the new dog that's coming in doing new tricks. Like, hold up, man, wait a minute. You ain't got to do a backwards flip to get over there. You can just do a regular walk over there. But what's wrong with jumping off the trampoline and doing a backflip if I can do it? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't believe. You look at it like I was telling your winning season with the Lakers dynasty that's on HBO Max. They got Kareem and Magic going at it. Cap is the old dog. Magic's the, hey, man, come in with the music, the big smile, the flashiness. We're going to do Showtime. Cap, like, just give me the ball on the block, and I'm going to have 30 and 10. Well, I'm going to have 30 and 10, too, but it's going to have all these people in here standing up, waving their arms, and ready to come back to see more. It's different ways to skin a cat, man. This happens to work for them.
I've always wondered, how did that saying happen?
What? Different ways to skin a cat?
Yeah.
Somebody probably had a razor try to skin the cat.
Oh my gosh!
Somebody probably had a knife try to skin the cat.
Serial killers. That's how you know a serial killer is they do stuff to cats. It's part of their MO.
At what age?
Like little kids. Yeah, little kids. Like I'm not even kidding.
Little kids start messing around with animals. Look out.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I thought that's the first time Hunk has jumped in today.
We're talking about serial killers.
I know sports and serial killer trivia.
Well, Tennessee currently playing like a serial killer out there.
Yeah, but this is my thing. What do you think about it? Do you think it's a slow down, respect the game? Because the game is changing as well, man. And if you don't evolve, how many times are you going to be able to go out there and recruit that type of guy when you see the big guys in the major leagues acting a certain way and it's all loved and they get a big old bankroll for it? Why we can't have that same fun right here?
Well, okay, but guess what? You see the David Prices and the long list of Vanderbilt Commodores, too, that do it that way and are in the league making a huge bankroll.
That's the standard.
So
but are things changing?
And it's I think it's fine. Like it's different personalities, but also some personalities aren't that. You are.
That
is your
you
fit in perfect with what the Tennessee Vols baseball team is doing right now.
Right.
But not everybody.
They should let you in the dugout to hand out the mink coat.
No, because I have it
You could be the designated mink coat guy.
He wouldn't give it up.
Hello.
No.
You give it up to a teammate that just went yard.
Man, I'll give him the hat. I'll give him the hat because they said the hat stink.
Yeah.
But like maybe somebody else doesn't like the showboating, because I get it. Because you know me, I'm like, I loved Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Like, I love the plant the flag in the middle, tell them exactly how you feel. I'm great with that. I love the in your face, you stink, we're great.
Right.
But I'm obnoxious.
Right.
So but like there's a lot of people that don't love that like the quieter, classier.
For what we do, I love that this is going on with the oil and water of those two programs, and they're both
so
awesome
different.
And it's so different. And you can
you can succeed at both.
You can succeed both ways, and I do think for what you said, Slay, is right. Like for me, I was always like the historian kind of baseball guy and a baseball purist, but it's been an evolving thing for me to get to this point. But But ultimately, it comes down to what you said, Don. Like, what do kids want to do? They want to go in there and have a good time, right? Like, they want to have swag. They want to throw swagger out there.
And so I can't get on here and act like I'm a big baseball guy. I'm going to give you 100% what it is. I started watching baseball because Mookie Betts is playing baseball. He's from Nashville, so that grabbed my attention.
So your baseball fandom goes it's from Mookie Betts.
Yeah, to here. Here we are. So I'm watching it, and what's exciting about it is I can see all the celebrations and stuff, the bat flip. All that is cool, man, because if you don't like the person doing it, shut them up. How you shut them up? Beat them. It's that simple to me. So if I can look at what's the guy from Atlanta, Andrew Jones?
Yeah.
Man, they coming out there with they cold, Chipper and all them. Like, that's cool. I understood that. But now you got to do something to grab my attention, or I'm not sitting around and watching no baseball game. I got to see them celebrations in the dugout and all that, man, and then I'm with it. And that's how they got me.
Corbin also said it's a – hang on, hit the wrong button. It's a really good team that kind of suppressed us with their arms. There's no doubt about that they put us to sleep. I mean, they just didn't give us anything, and they flooded the strike zone the entire weekend, which is true. This is an amazing quote from – I've never heard Corbs say anything like this before. When asked if he would commit to Riley as the Sunday starter moving forward, Corbin said he wasn't in the mood to answer that. Then he said, quote, "I just want to take a hammer and hit myself over the head," end quote.
That is very uncorbs-like.
That sounds like something I would
publicly,
say. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody got them uncomfortable.
I mean, that sounds like what Duke fans are all saying today.
So the question, are you a respect the game guy or are you have fun guy? 615-737-1045. Buddy, Alley Carpet One, they can help you with any of your flooring needs if you're thinking about a flooring project, or if you're not, maybe just me saying that leads you down that path. You can visit with my guys at Buddy Allen Carpet One. They're the best. Locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen are in the store every day. Love those guys. You will, too. 2405 Lebanon Pike and Donaldson, 615-883-3289. BuddyAllenCarpetOne.com.
Right now, FanDuel Sportsbook is giving new customers a $150 instant bonus guaranteed just in time for tonight's big game. That's right, $150 in bonus site credit. All you have to do is place your first bet of $5 or more. And how you bet tonight's game is totally up to you. You can choose money line, you can choose totals, prop bets, so much more. I will tell you this, you probably definitely want to choose Kansas. I mean, at this point, there's no way that Carolina can keep this going, right? Obviously, this coming from a bitter Duke fan, too. Join FanDuel today with promo code DAWN, D-A-W-N. Place your $5 bet to score $150 in bonus site credit guaranteed. That's promo code DAWN, D-A-W-N, on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. You do have to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager, only $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit. That expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
3HL 104.5, The Zone. The Natty is tonight. We'll talk about it. If you don't have a dog in the fight, who should you be for? Ron Slay will tell you. A.J. Brown to the Jets. The talk will not stop.
It's ridiculous.
Is this getting a little ridiculous?
Blaine and Mickey were talking about it, and I loved it. They even got into, like, draft picks. This Rich Cimini guy that covers the Jets for a long time is kind of doubling down on at least the Jets' interest side of things because A.J. Brown's in a contract year. But if you could get the 6th pick and the 10th pick, maybe you give up your first-round pick, get a pick 35 or 38, so you'd end up with 2 top 10 picks. You'd be back in the second round. Would you do it? I think it's an interesting discussion. 615-737-1045. We'll get into that. UConn lost last night. I'm always down for that.
What's up, Babsy?
I'm like, here's your 10 lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Who knows if you're going to win crap on them, but give us your, definite
bona fide
commodity that you know is a winner for these lottery tickets and scratch them off. Let me know how it goes. No thanks.
Ooh.
Wet
Nope.
blanket.
Ooh.
I'm the wet blanket?
Yeah.
No, I'm
That's
just
what
the
I'm saying.
realist here.
What else we got? UConn lost last night. I'm always down for that.
Yes, go Vols.
Nobody gets more calls in sport than UConn.
I would agree.
I watched the Tennessee Belmont game, and my kid was at pitching practice, so I just went into the UConn, whoever they were playing. I don't even know, like Rutgers or
It's
something.
VFL right there, too.
Who's that?
It's in school with Dale Ellis and those guys.
Everywhere, man.
Little hooper.
Will Offenhoozle is out in the parking.
Yeah,
Should we say that?
Yeah, we can.
In case anybody's, maybe Will's late to something,
Will's
and they're
about-
wondering, hey, I wonder where Will is. Well,
We
he's
can
right
give it
outside.
away. I don't know if it's a surprise, but he's getting.
He doesn't look like an offensive tackle anymore.
Okay.
Big old dude, man.
It might be a surprise. Don't say that.
Oh, I didn't say it, did I? Oh, this is silly Mike. Who
Just
put this in my
saying
hand? When
stuff.
we having conversation and somebody put a mic in my hand.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you don't want to be called out, don't walk up on us.
Like, who would do something?
I mean,
That's true. Or give us the warning that you don't want to be called out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a guy that used to call when I was on 1510, like our show at night before the internet and all this stuff. That's how long I've been in the business.
Yeah.
It would go into 28 states because it was a clear channel AM signal, 50,000 watts. And so, like, all the little AM signals have to power down at night, and this one would go into 28 states. That's why there's so many St. Louis Cardinals fans, because KMOX in St. Louis, same thing.
Gotcha.
So we go all in the South. So we talk SEC football all night. It
Yeah.
was, I mean, it was
right
awesome.
there, yeah.
And so this guy from Lexington, Tennessee, named Steve from Lexington, would call in all the time, and he couldn't pronounce Will Offenhoozle's name. I don't know why I
Really?
still remember this, but he would call him Waffle House.
Big Will Waffle House.
What y'all think Waffle House going to do on the outside?
Go
That's
to
what-
work and pound
That's what
somebody.
Steve would say. I don't.
That
I
is
hope.
great.
I hope Steve is doing well, but I bet he would know that if I
Mhm.
if I told him that story. Anyway, Tiger game day decision. He said that on Saturday. He just threw that out there. He's like, well, I'm gonna play some more practice rounds, see if I can give it a go.
That's gonna be big time, man.
I heard somebody, actually, I think it was Van Pelt that made a good point about Tiger. This is one of those tournaments where you're in or you're out. Like, it's not like if he gives it a go and he can't play,
He's gonna pull
and he's 3 holes in, it's not a big deal because he's not taking someone else's spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not,
That's true.
and you're looking at me like, oh, who cares? It's Tiger.
No,
but,
that's right though.
But it's true because I know because my first husband was in the trying to make a cut, make a living, and get a chance anywhere business. But, like, this is different because it's the Masters. You know? So,
Johan would consistently go to the PGA Championship and hit an 85-foot putt
Really.
and end up on
85
SportsCenter.
to 100.
Yeah, and end up on SportsCenter.
Golly.
This guy, I mean, he just had him in his pocket. Like, here you go.
Long putt.
100-footer, no problem. Boom.
I think that's good to note though, Babs, because that'll be the first thing somebody holler out. Oh man, he pulled that. That could have been somebody else's
Could have been-
opportunity.
no,
Yeah, no,
it's nobody else's spot.
Right. It's his.
It's
Or,
select. Right?
His
Yeah.
or none,
Yeah.
or the spot doesn't exist.
They
if he
moving
doesn't
on,
play.
whatever.
Yeah.
615
I
737-1045. Sorry.
think this is amazing. It's an amazing
Yes.
storyline.
Don't you
The
think in
fact
his head
that
he's
this could happen?
Yeah, I think. Don't you think in his head he's trying to figure out if he thinks he could legitimately make the cut, and if he doesn't think that, then he's not going to do it. Or do you think, what the hell, you know?
I mean, I think the mindset should be, what the hell? You didn't even know if you were going to ever be able to walk.
You didn't know if you're going to be alive. Like, if you're going to be
You didn't know
alive.
if you're going to live.
Yeah.
Like, his goal, 8 months ago, was to be able to play golf with his son.
This happened last February. It's absolutely amazing. His leg was shattered.
Yeah.
I mean, multiple surgeries. So,
dude,
that's where we are.
I want him to do it. I don't care
I do
if
too.
he puts up a 90. I don't care.
I'm
I
the
want to
same way.
see it just from a triumph, fight hard, comeback story.
And you know, the funniest thing about that, two parts to it. One would be, like, this is the first one he gets to walk into playing with house money. Like, it's no pressure at all. Second being,
0.
This is the way we think. The whole problem for that is when he get out there, he ain't thinking he going to go win it.
He's trying to win.
That's the crazy. Like, that's wired differently. That's the way. That's the reason he's able to go out there and even attempt to do this, because he's wired differently.
I mean, that's why he was so dang successful when he had like 8,000 affairs and everything else going on. Like, that guy is wired different.
He needed spinning plates in his life. That's you know, like the guy that does the trick with the spinning plates.
Yeah.
There's like 50 of them, and you're like, how?
The panda, red panda.
Yeah. 615-737-1045. Guess who is called in, Dawn Davenport?
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Lisa.
Oh, it's that Lisa? Here we go.
It is that Lisa. Hi. How are you?
Lisa. Oh, I'm great until you called in.
Yeah, I told you I would. So Dawn, I wanted to let you know. I mean, you know, Brent made a big thing on Friday about us not having girl power together. So I want to give you some girl power today. What I want to do is I've left my number with the person that answered the phone, so you can give me a call. So, because apparently I can pick better than you, and you're still picking wrong for your promos. So if you want to call me and check in, I'll be glad to help you out. That is that enough girl for you?
Well
Lisa,
done.
I love it.
Today's picks.
That was my
By
FanDuel.
Lisa.
That was my FanDuel. I said, I'm going Kansas.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I was trying to not say the name, but yeah. So if they want to cut you and Brent, hey, if they want to cut her, give me a call. I'm free. I'm good. I can call in and do the picks and get some royalties for it. That's cool. No, there's so many things I'd like to say that I've been thinking about all day, and I just decided as I drove over here, I did want to give a little help for you, a little love, because when you have a team that choked, you have to know that I know you're down today, so I didn't want to come at you too hard, but I just want you to know that we would welcome you on the right side of the blue if you want to change and come around to the right way of thinking. It will take some we'll have to do some work on your brain, because your brain's been changed by that Duke thing, and you think that, you're superior to everybody, and you also think that you can do no wrong. Oh, and you think that every call goes your way. But what I'll say is, we're happy to accept you in. You would like to become a Tar Heel. And to Brent, I'm glad you're a Tar Heel. And to Ron, I don't know what you're going to say later, but let me just say, right now, Brent and you are running one and one for me. Dog, we won't put you in that ranking. Anyway, Ron, you could quickly drop down depending on what you're going to say later. So I just want to put that out there, just to let you know.
Thank you.
I love it. There
You
she
know
is.
what we got to come up with?
Lisa.
I'm going to put her, if we had a draft, I want to put her on my all-time trash talk team. So I'm going to start a team, man. The all-time slay trash talk team.
You're putting this in your file.
I'm putting this in my file. Lisa.
Lisa's like your
She's
captain.
number one.
Lisa is.
She's running point.
Yes, she is running point.
Here's the worst thing. Like, I can't say anything to her. Because
I mean, you really can't.
if Duke made their free throws,
That's
then
all.
I'd be like, hey, Lisa, go ahead, call in, because we're playing in the national championship
all.
tonight.
I know.
But I can't.
And free throws are
because
boring.
Duke didn't make their
Yeah.
free throws. And
right.
that's why they lost that game.
You're right. You're right.
All right, more of your phone calls. We go back 615
And that really
737-1045.
pisses me
Music City Autoplex is where we are. Come by and see us. Slade will show you around the lot.
Oh, yeah.
And the natty is tonight. If you don't have a dog in the fight, who should you be for? Slade's going to hit you with that in a little while. When we come back, Chris Lowe, ESPN.com, covers college sports nationally, senior writer for ESPN.com. Next on 104.5 The Zone.
What up, people? You know what it is. It's me, Ron Slay, and I'm sitting right here, right now, where you should be. That's Music City Autoplex. When you're thinking about going to get a car, you ought to be sliding in here right now, like I am. And then guess what? It's a lot full. 2430 Gallows of Pike North is the place. MusicCityAutoplex.com is how you reach it on your handheld devices, man. It's real simple. Now, this lot that they got here, I'm talking about from back to front, side to side, kind of like that's a little rhyme. If you were from Cali, you'd understand that. But they've done it again. Last year, Music City Autoplex doubled their business. Now they're using this momentum to invest back into the business and their customers. They are expanding. That's right. Not only expanding the inventory, but also expanding the showroom and the service facilities. And they are going to take care of you. I'm telling you, I bought my car probably about 3-4 years ago. I don't even remember, man. But that was the second car. And I brought it in today, and I needed to get a little thing fixed on it. And guess what they said? Come on, Big Slay, give me your keys. They went on to the back. Even though my key's still sitting right here, somehow it's going to get back there, and it's going to get fixed. So you can depend on them like I depend on the Music City Autoplex. That's where you need to slide to. Go get your car.
The Home Loan Expert just had an amazing contest out there against the corporate lenders, 93-19. Now, Coach, what are your thoughts?
Today we put it all on the court. Great work, great loan options, all that hard work paid off for us.
Darius, amazing performance. You were getting rates that nobody else could touch. How'd you do it?
Honestly, we're really coming together as a team, and our process is always streamlined. That's why we take 21 days to close.
Coach, any final thoughts?
Go with the lender who's outplaying the rest. Get started today at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Bristol. That's really all I need to say for you to understand what's coming up later this month. And we're not just talking about Bristol. We're not just talking about night races. That's right. I said plural, night races. Talking about dirt night races. You need to get online, bristolmotorspeedway.com, and check out what's coming up later this month. The Food City Dirt Race, that's what I'm going to start with, is back. And this year it's at night. Saturdays are for racing. Catch a day full of heat qualifying, followed by the Pinty's Truck Race on dirt Saturday, April 16th, a couple weeks away, for as low as $35. And kids are free for this event. And then on Sunday, it's a dirt night race at Bristol, baby. The Food City Dirt Race returns to Bristol Sunday, April 17th at night. Kids 12 and under are only $10 for this event. It's time to get dirty again. The Pinty's Truck Race on Saturday on dirt, and the Food City Dirt Race on Sunday, returning to the Bristol Motor Speedway. But this year, they're both at night. What's better than some dirt racing under the lights of Bristol? Nothing. Get online, get more information there, get your tickets there. I've been. It's an unbelievable experience. Even if you're not necessarily a racing fan, I'm not, and I loved it. Absolutely amazing. BristolMotorspeedway.com. It's Bristol, baby.
Good afternoon. I am Joe Hunk. The new college baseball rankings are out, and yes, Tennessee is still the number one team in the nation. Vanderbilt dropped 16 or to number 16 from where they were this past weekend, which was at number 9. There are 4 other SEC teams that are also in the top 25. There's been a trade in the NFL that is extremely confusing because all it is 2 teams trading a bunch of picks. The Philadelphia Eagles just traded this year's number 16 pick, number 19 pick, and number 194 to the Saints for the 18th overall pick and a first-round pick from next year as well. That's developing right now based off of Ian Rappaport's tweets. And tonight, the 8-seeded North Carolina Tar Heels are taking on the number 1-seeded Kansas Jayhawks. Tip-off is going to be at 8:20. You can hear it right here on 104.5 The Zone. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL out at Music City Autoplex. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HR 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, broadcasting live from Music City Autoplex in Hendersonville. Mayor of Jolton stopped by with a were these hot Krispy Kreme donuts?
Oh, they were so good.
Dude.
Yeah, they were warm.
How many left?
Sorry, Hunk.
There are 7 left.
6.
I love it. The topics today, Tennessee sweeps Vanderbilt. One question, are you respect the game guy or have fun guy? The natty is tonight. If you don't have a dog in the fight, who should you be for? Slay going to weigh in on that one. A.J. Brown to the Jets. The talk will not stop. Would you make a deal? If I give you 2 top 10 picks in the second rounder, would you make it?
And then you need an answer?
You got a quick answer?
Yes.
There you go.
2 of them?
Ooh,
No.
I like it when I get to split the difference. We'll do that later.
2 of them.
UConn lost last night, which is always good, and Tiger a game day decision. A lot going on this Monday. We'd love to see you. We'll be here until 6 o'clock off exit 2 off Vietnam Vet Parkway.
2430 Gallatin Pike North.
There you go. Chris Lowe joins us, covers college sports for ESPN.com. Chris, where are you, man?
I'm actually in Columbia, South Carolina. They're on football day at USC. Had a chance to sit down with Spencer Rattler today and work on a piece on him as he starts over at South Carolina. And really, in speaking with him, pretty grounded kid, and certainly someone who's going to go into the 2022 season with a chip on his shoulder and wants to prove that he's not the Spencer Rattler that he's been sort of made out to be, or the Spencer Rattler that was benched, but moreover the Spencer Rattler that won 14 straight games at Oklahoma, led him to a Big 12 championship, and coming out of high school was considered to have one of the best arms and among all college prospects in the country. But really pretty eye-opening. He's a I was impressed, but certainly a guy that hasn't forgotten about some of the things that have been said about him, and is looking forward to sort of proving on the field that he is still one of the premier quarterbacks in college football.
Let's list that as most unexpected topic of the day, South Carolina football. But I'm glad you're there, and I'm glad you brought it up, because I think the job that Shane Beamer did kind of flew under the radar a little bit, and the way that program is turning around seemingly, especially with Spencer Rattler coming in. Again, I think that move is flown under the radar too. But I'm anxious to see how that all plays out in Columbia this year.
Yeah, Beamer's done a terrific job. He really has. I mean, to get to 7 wins last year with what they had to work with. I mean, remember, they played a graduate assistant coach at quarterback, a 25-year-old graduate assistant coach, Zeb Nolan, a Division II quarterback after that. And then the bowl game, they played a converted receiver when they beat North Carolina. So they played really the entire year without an SEC-level quarterback or even below SEC level and scratched out 7 games. I think he did a terrific job. I think the program's on the rise. They're recruiting well. Now, they had a couple games last year. Tennessee beat the brakes off of them. Texas A&M beat them badly. They've got to figure out a way to be more consistent. But I said this the other night on my show, The Nation. I really think the Tennessee-South Carolina game this coming year, the winner of that game, I think has a chance to be that team in the SEC that people point to this coming season and say, all right, this is a team that is ready or poised to really take that next step in the conference.
Well, shoot, let's be honest, Chris. I mean, years past, you probably wouldn't be making a trip to South Carolina. You know, like the Spencer Rattler move, the Beamer success. I mean, it's very, very different, right? That you wouldn't be spending time necessarily there.
No, and that's the reason I'm here to do a piece on him and to visit. I've known State Beamer a long time, to visit with him and some of the coaches here. I'm actually making the rounds, Don. I'll be at Clemson later this week, and your alma mater, Auburn. So making some rounds here in spring ball. But no, Rattler is, I think, one of the stories, and this is going to become more and more of a story in college football, are those quarterbacks changing addresses. Yeah. And he's probably, of all the quarterbacks, Caleb Williams going to USC, but when you look around college football at quarterbacks who were really talented, highly touted guys coming out of high school who've had some success and have experience, Rattler probably is at the top of that list.
Chris Lowe with us at CeeLo ESPN. Chris, where do you come down on this this whole Tennessee Vandy thing? Because seemingly it's kind of a an interesting oil water thing on
talk about baseball.
Yeah, baseball with the respect the game crew and the swag in your face. We're gonna step on your neck crew. Like, I know you're a big baseball guy. Where do you come down on all that?
Well, you know, I had the same discussion with Mike Honcho this morning about this.
Well played.
I mean, how great was that?
and the way you did it straight faced, I don't think you ever even cracked a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm talking about Tony Vitello's in-game interview about Gilbert and the home run that hurt Beck and the home run that was taken away. But no, here's my thing on that. I know Tim Corbin. I've known him for a while. I've gotten to know Tony Vitello. Two different guys who probably run their programs in different manners, but both of those guys very successful. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and I think when you talk to the Tennessee players, and I had a chance to go over there and talk to them last week for a piece I did on ESPN, I don't think they really care how they're viewed. In fact, I would say this: I think they relish the fact that they go into these opposing ballparks and they're the villains. They're the team that everybody despises. People don't like them. I think they fuel off that. Now, as far as the respect the game, that kind of thing, you know, if it's your team, you think it's cool, you know, you like it. It's sort of like Lane Kiffin as a coach. If Lane Kiffin's your coach and he's doing all the crazy stuff and tweeting all the silly stuff and throwing golf balls before baseball games, you think that's cool. If you're everybody else, you think it's, sort of bush. You don't like it. It's immature. So I think it's the same way with Tennessee baseball. Bottom line, guys, is they're 9-0 in the SEC. And when you're 9-0 in the SEC and you go and you sweep number one ranked Ole Miss, you go in and you sweep Vanderbilt, which does not happen to a Tim Corbin coach team. They don't get swept at home. And you're 9-0 and you've lost one game and ranked number one in the country, people probably are going to like you. You're going to be at the top of the flagpole, and everybody's going to be shooting at you and accusing you of this and saying you're that. But I do think that is something this particular baseball team, I'm talking about Tennessee, I think they like that. I think they sort of revel that part of it.
CeeLo, let me ask you this real quick, CeeLo, and this you may be able to answer this quick. What is LSU going to do with the basketball team? Like, it's zero guys on scholarship.
There are no players.
Do you have any eligibility left, Slade?
Man, I'm sure they take me on. I'm positive.
My 11-year-old can play.
This is my first response to that, Slade. Thank God for the transfer portal through LSU, right?
Right.
Because they'd be going out to fraternities and swarming across campus trying to find guys playing pickup basketball to come play next year. Intramurals, everybody. But they're going to have to hit the transfer portal hard. And I hate it for, the people there that didn't have anything to do with it, certainly the fans. But, to get charged with that many level one violations, those guys are all going to get out of Dodge because you know what's coming. You know that tidal wave's coming from the NCAA. Yep. So they were going to stick around and have to deal with that.
even with people going under these sanctions, have we ever seen that? Like the entire team leave though?
No, I've never seen a mass exit
SMU and everything. Like, wow.
I mean, what's going to happen with Kansas? Like they're going to play for the Natty tonight, then I mean, NCAA is going to be on their doorstep.
Yeah,
Bill Self-Teflon Bill.
Given the way the NCAA goes, they'll probably have the Kansas case finished maybe in another year and a half or two. Self will be retired by then. But yeah, I think something's going to go down there with them as well. But you know what? I think if you ask the Kansas fan base right now, and let's say they get popped, I don't know, a year probation or a year postseason ban, they would gladly swap that for another national championship.
Yeah.
This year, whether the banner comes down or doesn't come down. See, I think that's the stupidest thing in sports.
Yes.
Is when a team wins on the floor or on the field and everybody knows they won, and then they say, oh, by the way, you got to take it out of your record book and you got to take the banner down. Who cares? Everybody knows who won the game or won the championship.
Right. Exactly.
I love it. Chris Lowe.
Yeah, I like Kansas, though. But, hey, before I go, as Ron's favorite coach would say, when I was at Kansas,
I don't think nobody wrote that more than him or Roy Williams when I was at Kansas. When I was Roy.
Blaine hit a great stat today. Blaine Bishop hit a great stat today. He said both coaches tonight replaced Roy Williams.
So did.
Isn't that amazing?
He's
that
torn.
is a good stat. You're right.
He's torn.
I'll tell you what, good for Hubert Davis, man. You talk about a guy who's hung in there with his team.
Right,
he's been the essence of that this year.
I do like him.
All right, Chris, thank you, man. Have fun at South Carolina.
All right, I will.
Tell Dawn Staley hello.
Yeah.
I'll tell her. She was here. I saw the parade today, or the big celebration.
Man,
oh, yeah, they're partying.
That's dope.
Gosh, she's legit, huh?
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you. At CeeLo ESPN on Twitter. When we come back, again, the topics for you, a topic platter, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee sweeps Vanderbilt. Are you a respect the game guy or a have fun guy? Maybe you're somewhere in between. The Natty is tonight. We will ask Slay, who should you be for if you don't have a dog in that? I don't have a dog in that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like North Carolina when they're playing Duke.
I don't either.
Eight seed.
There's been one that's won it.
Villanova.
Yep. A.J. Brown to the Jets. The talk won't stop. Would you make a deal? 615-737-1045. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, that is where you need to go to get that lawn looking the way that it should. And we've got these warm days and cool nights and rain coming in, and you might wonder what you need to be doing with your lawn. The expert, Trey Hartsook, is here. DickensSupply.com is the website. Trey, what's up? How are you?
Hey, Brent, I'm doing well, man. It's just a Monday getting through it. I'm going to tell you what is the good news, though. Like you said, a lot of rain coming through, some hot, some cold, some everything in between. I'll tell you what's doing really well right now in the Middle Tennessee area. That's the PTT, Proven Turf Grass Technology, only available at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. That's our in-house fescue blend. Beautiful. I mean, we're seeing a lot of results coming back right now. People that overseed it in the fall, fertilized a couple of times this year already, and it is looking amazing. You're going to drive past those lawns one day, and you're going to say, what can I do to have my lawn looking like that, like we always say out here? And it's really simple. I know you probably look at them and say, that'd take a lot of work, and it might, but we're going to make it as simple on you as we possibly can here at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. All you got to do is just stop in and talk to us about grass. Just say, hey, I got a question about this, question about that. We have turf experts at every single location. They'll be more than happy to help you out. And we are experts in turf, right? We take a lot of pride in that. But another thing that we're experts in, equipment. I don't feel like we talk about it on here enough. Toro, Echo, Shindawa, Redmax, Steel, some of the best brands in the industry. When you see these professional landscapers out, that's what they have on their truck. And as a homeowner, we can get you that same quality stuff from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. So stop in and see us. Conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Got locations in Nashville, Cool Springs, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Lamar, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. Open it up at 7 a.m., closing at 4:30 p.m., Monday through Fridays, 8 to 12 on Saturdays. If you can't get a hold of us, check us out online, DickensSupply.com.
Action247.com. That's the way to bet local. And if you're looking to lay a little down on a game tonight, maybe you want to add to your TV viewing enjoyment, you can do it with the local guys. Action247.com. Get signed up. They are the only local legal sportsbook in the state of Tennessee. These are the guys that I use, and I'll be using them momentarily, actually, because I can do it on my phone sitting here while I work, and you can too. Just download the apps, whether you've got an Android or an iPhone. You'll be able to download the apps, get signed up, and then work from your phone and get it done that way. While the game's going on, you can bet live in-game betting as well with Action247.com. And you've got NBA, you've got NHL, you've got all kinds of things. Pretty big golf tournament coming up this week. That is also a lot of fun to throw down on a few dudes. You can get it done with Action247.com. Gambling problem, call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. Join 3HL at First Horizon Park as we broadcast live for the Nashville Sounds season opener and block party this Tuesday before the game. This Tuesday means tomorrow, right?
Yeah, got to mean tomorrow. We're on the block.
We're on the block.
We're on the block. We're on the block. Come through and mess with us.
Babsy on the block.
Well,
Babsy from the block.
Where are we on the block?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll be there. Plus, listen for your chance to win Nashville Sounds tickets and more. Tickets for the Nashville Sounds 2022 season are on sale now at NashvilleSounds.com. For more information, visit 1045thezone.com/events today.
Man, you know what, man?
Always fun.
Nah, that's going to be a good
Horizon
time.
Bar.
I haven't been able to hit my parlay, man. I've been off. My games, my single game bet's been on point. My parlay, man.
You just miss out on like one of them.
They've been killing me.
That's the problem with the parlay sometimes. But as you say about the parlay, you just got to lay.
Yeah, sometimes.
And come what may.
Yeah.
You just slay.
You'll just have to pay.
Yeah.
Or get paid.
Yeah, I don't want to keep paying. I've been paying. Can't pay no more.
I was trying to continue with the
Babs
A.
helped you. She said just slay.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Babsy. She did say that.
Hey, I thought that was well, I don't know where you're going to go, but I thought you had an interesting question.
I thought you asked me how much I like pineapples during the break, which is interesting because Mr. Pineapple weighed in on Twitter at 3HL1045 talking about the Tennessee Vandy thing. And you can see the Tennessee swagger a little bit if you were there. Was it Lipsius that acted like he was checking the sticker on his bat after he hit
the home run?
Yeah, 2-run homer to right. There was a little bit of looking into the dugout, going from third to home.
See, I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought it was good, too.
I'm just saying.
But it could be because, we went to Tennessee. I don't know.
Yeah, but I will say this, though. And I was going to bring that point up. CeeLo brought it up, man. I think that was the best comparison when you talk about the way Lane Kiffin does at Ole Miss.
Yeah, but I think Lane Kiffin is a different level. I think he's a different animal.
I think these guys just having fun with the game, man. Man, listen, in sports, man, these practices and preseasons and the sacrifice that you got to make in sports, and I'm talking about missing birthdays, missing funerals, missing weddings, missing, whatever you can think of, proms, formals, whatever you can think of as a person, as an athlete, you're going to miss because of the sacrifice that you commit to this team for. Man, it is different, man. I'm telling you. So you get caught into your own little world in that own bubble where nothing else exists. And the push that goes through that, if you can find one thing, this is
laugh.
Yeah, this is
it's coming.
Yeah, we had something this silly my freshman year when we went on this run. It was a rap group out called the Hot Boys from New Orleans, Cash Money Records. Lil Wayne, who's the icon he is, he started in this group, Juvenile, BG, Turk, from New Orleans. They were always in Nashville a lot. So we knew who they were at Tennessee. A lot of people, they hadn't gone mainstream yet. A lot of people didn't go. They used to always rap about when they going on a mission to do whatever, steal, whatever it may be, and they rap. They would have a black glove on. So when you got black gloves on, you're supposed to be going to do something that you ain't supposed to be doing, if you understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't leaving fingerprints. This is what we attached ourselves to my freshman year. Anytime we went on the road, we wore black gloves. Anytime. And if you didn't have your black gloves, you better get up off the bus, go back to your locker, find your black glove, and come back. Because we're not leaving till you got your black gloves on. Because you ain't on the same mission that we on.
Did anyone ever ask y'all about that?
No.
It never became a story.
No.
Was
How's
it?
that even possible?
Did you have them on when you walked off the bus?
When we walked off the bus
places?
and then walked into the arena, there ain't no smiling. It's all mean mugs, and we got our black gloves on.
How is that not a?
You feel me?
How is that not a sideline reporter story right there?
I'm telling you, it was.
Did Jerry
it was
Green
on.
wonder what y'all were doing?
Jerry didn't have an idea what we was doing, man. But we knew, and it's the small things like that, though. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It's little stuff like that drives you, man, and everybody feels a part of it. I'm talking about the guy at the end of the bench that was a walk-on, Zach Turner. Zach was never going to get in the game. Zach barely got in practice. Zach better have that black glove on because he's a part of this team, and he go through everything we go through. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to find ways to have fun, and however you can make the game fun for you, you got to roll with it, especially when you winning. especially when you win it. So that's my thing, man. Kids having fun, man. And that's what everybody always comes back to. Don't forget y'all, they kids. Don't forget they kids.
Right. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
So Vandy fan is, and we told y'all on Friday, this is what the reaction would be.
What was going to happen?
They're like, y'all ain't won anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long season.
Which is true.
All of it's true.
Especially in baseball.
All of it's true.
And
But
Vanderbilt
we told you
has lived that.
it would be coming. And Tennessee, here's the other thing we said would happen. If Tennessee were to, we talked a lot about a potential sweep on Friday. If Tennessee were to sweep Vanderbilt, Tennessee would automatically become the most hated team. And that's definitely true. I've heard from fans of other teams about, hey, man, I mean, y'all don't have reservations to College World Series yet. I'm like, did I ever say that? But I'm going to tell you something. This team's never been 25-1.
Oh, man.
And now they're 27-1. But they've never been unanimous number one. I'm going to enjoy this.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm going to enjoy this. Here's the other thing. Chris mentioned they're 9-0. This is the first SEC team in conference play to be 9-0 in 28 years.
Yeah.
Tony Vitello needs to get the love because he flipped a switch up there.
Amen.
I mean, flipped a switch up there.
However you got to get it done.
But I was hearing it from fans of other schools. I'm like, you don't have a dog in this hunt. Like, why do you have an opinion on this? Why don't you worry about your group? Vandy fan wants to say Tennessee's full of crap and they act like children. That's one thing.
That's cool.
But you hear it from like LSU guy or Alabama guy or Kentucky guy. I'm like,
yeah, because it's still SEC. I mean, and they're still, those are baseball schools too.
Yeah.
I mean, not baseball schools.
Yeah, but LSU is.
Right, but I mean everybody's a football school. Let's be honest. It's the SEC. Everybody's a football school.
But people don't understand the history of the baseball program in this league. And you mentioned Mississippi State. You mentioned LSU. I mean,
Auburn.
These are historic baseball programs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Tennessee, I honestly think, and we talked about this on Friday too, I think Tennessee's the new money.
Yeah.
People don't like the new money.
Yep.
With the young coach.
Yep.
And
young single, good looking,
come on,
driving
man.
the
man got his own fan
fancy
page,
old
man.
car. Yeah.
That was Amanda who works in sales. That was her comment on my Instagram post. There's a picture of all of us with Tony Vitello after the game, and she's like, man, he's so hot.
You know what I'm saying? It got the Italian thing going. Like, hey, man, I feel him, man. Live it up, brother.
Here's what I've heard
Have a
about.
ball.
Here's what I've heard about him being single. He's married to baseball. Like he's.
I mean, that's
all
how a lot of the coaches are.
Yeah, that's how Sean McVay was.
Yep.
And so now he's getting married. It's going to be interesting because I've talked to people in that league that are like, I don't know how he met her, because he never goes anywhere, never does anything.
Didn't he meet her at a restaurant
Yes,
for
he did.
when he left, stopped watching film for 5 minutes and
He
went
went
and
to
got
get something to eat.
some wings?
Stumbled across the
and allegedly met someone that worked at the restaurant, and here we are.
Hey, man, see, that's the thing, man.
Allegedly. How do you meet people when you're only out of the office for 5 minutes? Well,
They
at
worked
a restaurant.
at said restaurant.
Yeah. Get the right one.
615-737-1045 at the RHL 1045. Dawn took it a little bit earlier from Lisa, who's a anti-Dookie.
Oh, she's a Carolina.
She's a Carolina fan. She's wanting a big night tonight. I'm going to ask Slay a question here in just a second.
Lisa got drafted, too. I don't even know if she know it.
Number one pick.
Slay Trash Talk team.
On the All Slay Trash Talk team for 3HL in Nashville. Andy in Mount Juliet is up next. Andy, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
What up, Andy?
Man, she may be number one in trash talking, but don't kick somebody when they're down. Where the hell she been the last 20 years?
Well, she kicked her when she was up too on Friday. Like that game hadn't even been played yet. And she went all in.
She did, but where's she been the last 20 years when Duke was beating the brakes off North Carolina?
Well, I mean, it's 50-50. I don't know about beating the brakes off anybody.
But who leads that series 20 years?
Who leads what?
Who leads that series the last 20 years?
It's
well,
tied,
it's
50-50.
50-50 with Coach K at Duke.
It ended 50-50.
I get your point, though. Andy's taking your side.
Yes, recently it has been the Duke.
The obvious comeback is 6 national titles, right?
Right.
Like,
Thanks, Andy.
That's why Carolina feels the way they do about it, because they finally have themselves some. You're not going to trump the 6 titles.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You done ran through coaches after coaches after coach. So, I mean, it's interesting to if you can hang your hat on sorrow and disgust and all that, man, you got to. Like, you ain't got nothing else. We got Chris Lane coming on today, who's played in the Final Four with Carolina on some of them great teams. Teammate of Julius Peppers, Brandon Haywood from high school on. We're going to ask him how he feel about it. What do you hang your hat on as a Carolinian?
I feel guilty that I didn't just let Andy make his point. Like, I challenged everything he said.
I know.
And he was just trying to defend you.
You were kind of right, though.
Well,
not kind of right. You were right.
Yeah, but he didn't even let him talk.
Okay, this is the thing.
Very rude of me.
This is the thing. On Trash Talk Monday, which this has turned into.
I mean, it's trash talk every day.
You got to be able to come with factuals in Trash Talk. Or you got to sit this one out. It's just part of it. Like when I sit there and eat my crow, I'm just sitting there like,
this is why I feel guilty.
Right, that's all it is.
Andy's only goal was to defend Babs.
Hey.
He didn't know how he was going to do it necessarily, but.
Right. Take out the Tyler Hansbrough years, and he's probably right.
The Tyler Hansbrough years.
You can't take him out.
Why you just roll your eyes when I said his name?
Because hate that guy.
Can't take him out, Babsy.
Tyler Hansbrough. What's he doing? Is he in Starkville or something?
He's not playing.
When the last 20, though, what? Carolina got what, 3? In the last 20 years?
I'll look it up.
And I think Duke may have
3 what?
national
Titles?
championships.
No.
Sean May and them got one. Rashad McCants, that group, they got one.
Is that not the same group? That's the same group.
I know. I said they got one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They got one. Then they snuck and got one. I think they beat. Did they beat Butler in the championship when Butler went back to back?
I thought Duke beat Butler.
I want to say it was Duke beat Butler and Carolina beat Butler. Butler went to the championship back to back years with Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
I want to say they snuck 3 in there. From 03 to 20.
While I'm looking it up.
I'm looking it up.
Okay, good. I need to ask you a question because I was thinking about all the people that will, out of love of sport, will watch the national championship game tonight, right?
Am I right? I told you. Come on.
Is it 03? 03?
03 to 22.
Yeah.
North Carolina didn't beat Butler. It was actually UConn that beat Butler. It was that UConn and Kemba Walker team.
Okay.
2005, 2009, 2017.
That's the 17 is the one I'm talking about, kind of snuck in there.
Yeah.
How many does
Duke kind of
Duke
forgot
have?
about? Duke may have 2, maybe 1.
While
2.
she's looking it up, I was thinking about tonight's game.
2 was sassy. It's a sassy 2.
Go ahead.
I was thinking about tonight's game.
Yeah.
Obviously, there aren't a tremendous amount of North Carolina fans in Nashville.
Right.
There aren't a tremendous amount of Kansas fans in Nashville.
Right.
But there are tons and tons and tons of sports fans. So
without question,
as we all watch the game tonight, if you don't have a dog in the fight, who should we be pulling for, Slay Dog?
Pulling for that's difficult. What I'm happy about this Final Four, being able to take my emotions out of it, I've been able to kind of think this way through, not having an attachment to any team. Yeah, and I've been feeling like I've been kind of right.
Can I tell you this? Like, I feel because I don't know yet.
Yeah,
I mean, probably Carolina because anyway, 8 seed.
If you got to pull
like
for somebody else, what you say?
I always like the underdog if I don't have a dog in the fight.
Yeah,
the whole Carolina Duke thing also.
Right,
but also like Kansas.
Yeah.
I kind of look at Kansas the same way I look at LSU. And I shouldn't because, like, all that stuff is legal now, right?
Yeah.
But the way that they just – all those schools that got – like, Arizona dealt with it a little bit.
He escaped before dealing with it. Now he just got a job.
Yeah.
At Xavier.
But Kansas has just flipped their nose up to everybody about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Bill Self's over there just winning games. And I'm like, man, there were a number of years where, you know, the court wasn't level. It was almost like his court was like Memorial Gym. It was just raised above the seats.
Just slightly, huh?
It's like every
Every
That's
blue
every
blood.
All the blue blood.
Every blue
It's
blood.
everybody.
That's part of it. That's
I
part
get
of
it.
it. That's
I get
what
it.
It's how it was done.
When they talk about the level playing field, that's what they're saying.
But for Bill Self to get a contract extension and work into the contract extension that he can't be fired for anything that the NCAA found in their investigation, like Will Wade got, 5 level 1s? Like Kansas could get him 2 and they can't fire him for it?
Yeah.
Man.
You know who the only person was that kept their mouth shut during this whole thing? Bill Self.
He never said anything.
Never said anything. Everybody that was loud and talking crazy,
Gone.
Will Wade gone. Sean Miller gone. Yeah, like, okay. But
Well, Bill Self also had more of a foundation, I think,
to stand
too.
on.
Yeah.
you're
More
right
of a
about that.
legacy to
Yeah,
stand on.
You're right.
So who should we be for?
I don't know who you should be for. If we thinking the game out, you got to do what Duke didn't do, which we talked about on Friday.
Make free throws?
That's one.
Right. See, and this question
That's
isn't,
not what you were going with,
That's
but
not what,
I got
but
you.
That's it.
and we're going to have to spill this question into the next segment. But this question doesn't mean who do you think will win,
who do you
or
want to go?
who will cover, or all of those things. It's
Oh,
more
see,
of the.
I thought it was who's going to win.
See, these are two different things.
Okay.
Who should you be for is more like the emotional fan side of things.
That's difficult for me to answer, man, because I really don't.
You got reasons for both sides?
Yeah, because I don't like Carolina.
You don't like Carolina?
No, they put us out. They messed the dude
This
that
goes
don't
back
come
to
on
the
the
Sweet
show.
16.
They messed our chances up.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have. Kansas is just Kansas. It's like you don't dislike them, but you don't need them to come to the picnic.
So you got
know what I
reasons
mean?
to choose neither team.
Yeah, you feel me? Like
If you're not a fan of one of the Blue Bloods, you're never rooting for them, right?
That's probably true.
And that's why I lie. Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll hold those over. Who should you be for, and who do you think wins? And like,
I want to
how
know
should the betting angle of this?
X's and O's of who's going to win.
I'm with you.
615-737-1045, broadcasting live from Music City Autoplex. Just Vietnam Vets, exit 2.
Yep.
Take a right. Take another right. You're in the parking
there.
lot. Right next to me and Slay's car, although you can't fit between us.
No,
We'll be right back.
Well, Graham's Living, a third-generation family business, has been serving the Nashville community for almost 25 years. And here's the deal. They are best known for their extensive inventory of luxury lighting. When you walk into Graham's Living, you'll see it all. It's beautiful, amazing, but maybe you didn't know this. They have this huge selection of inventory, of in-stock inventory and ready-to-ship items of outdoor furnishing, outdoor furniture, and I'm talking umbrellas and high-end outdoor furniture, notable brands like Summer Classics and Lane Venture, fire pits, anything else you need to complete your backyard retreat, Graham's Living has it. You walk out the back of their showroom, and it is all out there for you to check out. I know because we just upgraded our backyard, put a pool in, and I'm actually going tomorrow to pick up my outdoor ceiling fan that I got from Graham's Living. They were awesome to work with. Outdoor furniture was easy and in stock, which was a big perk. And another perk of shopping local, Graham's offers free delivery and setup of their outdoor furniture for anybody in the Nashville area. Traditional to transitional, rustic to industrial, contemporary to the latest up-and-coming styles. Graham's Living has beautiful quality lighting and outdoor living options for any look and every lifestyle. Graham's Living, trust them to make your home vision a reality. If you're building or remodeling your house, your backyard, pool, do yourself a favor and stop by Graham's Living at 244 Cool Springs Boulevard. That's in Franklin, Tennessee. Visit the Graham's Living showroom and treat yourself to that experience. Right now, FanDuel Sportsbook is giving any new customer a $150 instant bonus guaranteed. Hello, what a perfect time to jump in on FanDuel Sportsbook, right? Big game tonight. Slay's about to talk about it, too. How you bet tonight's game is totally up to you, but if you have not jumped on the FanDuel Sportsbook app yet, now's the time to do it, and you can choose from the money line, totals, prop bets, and so much more. Right now, Kansas 4.5. Actually, I'm looking at the app, a 4-point favorite over Carolina, 151.5. The over/under here. Game is 7:20 tonight, so you have plenty of time to download the awesome FanDuel Sportsbook app. Join FanDuel with promo code Dawn, and then you can place your $5 bet to score $150 in bonus site credit, guaranteed. That's promo code Dawn on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. By the way, I'd definitely go Kansas, even as a 4.5-point favorite. Got to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit. Expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Tennessee Redline, 1-800-889-9789.
She's Babsy from the block.
Yes, she is.
Brett Doherty, Don Davenport. Hey, Don.
Hi. I like it.
Am I wrong to still feel guilty about just running Andy down, who's like one of our favorite people in the world?
Yeah, Andy's our your guy.
You want me to tell you what Andy gonna tell you though? Oh, Brent, you know I don't care.
Okay, good. Yeah. I mean, we all say things. to each other,
Next
right?
time he gonna make you take a shot with him.
That's
what
right.
He gonna make you do.
That's right. Hopefully
There's
he's
Ron
feeling
Slay.
better.
What up, Slay?
What up, though?
Music
I'll go.
City Autoplex. That's where we are.
Yeah.
My good friend Buddy Sadler, who is a Nashville radio icon, dropped by Music City Autoplex. And you know what I asked him?
What?
You want a Krispy Kreme donut, buddy? And he said, sure. Where do I go to get one? I said, Mayor of Jolton brought them. Here they are.
Right here on our table.
Right here, right now.
So
They're fresh, too. They were warm when we got them.
Buddy retired, and he said, yeah, this is about the time where I start to listen to y'all 4 or 5 times a week while I'm mowing the yard.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a big yard, buddy.
That's it right there.
4 or 5 times a week.
Listen, buddy, I'm going to ask you, what'd you say when you came up here about Mr. Slay over here?
He helped make this program. I mean, from the time he came on, I'm in the building.
You got to let them know, buddy, man. You leave an impact everywhere you go, man. Let them know you're in the building.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been listening anyway, as you know. And I mow 4 yards. That's it. Not
You mow
just my
4
yard.
yards. Oh, okay, yeah.
My neighbors, I ain't got anything else to do, retired. So I mow their yards while I'm out and about.
There we go.
That's what
There's
Charles
Buddy Sadler.
Oakley said. Makes people feel good. I said, man, you know, the way to make a person feel good, feed them and then watch the look on their face of satisfaction and gratitude from eating good food. And he said, you know, another way is to, if it snows, shovel out
their
the driveway or mow the lawn or rake the leaves. He said, I still go back and do that for my mom and the neighbors at where he's from. So
Charles Oakley.
What's up, buddy? See,
Charles Oakley and Buddy Sadler.
Two
I mean,
legends, man.
2 legends.
You know better than that. Never been that covered.
All right, so what is the line tonight? I haven't even looked.
I think 4.
4.
Yep.
Hunk said he saw it 4.5. Kansas by 4.5 somewhere, but I just saw it on FanDuel Sportsbook at 4.
So when I asked you who should we root for tonight if we don't have a dog in the hunt, you gave reasons to root against each team. So,
but yeah,
that's where we are with Blue Bloods playing,
yeah,
right?
that's part of it. Either you like them or you love them. I mean, hate them or you love them, and it's just that simple. But you also go into it thinking that, I forgot that quick. Exactly what you go into.
So where are you on this game? Do you have like a parlay?
I do. I'm gonna have
Or
to
do
parlay it with something else just because it's only one game to play.
Well, I mean, there's one game left. So what do you think?
I'm going Kansas.
Kansas minus the 4.
Yep. And the reason being, I think it's going to play out. I said this in the beginning. I ain't going to go back on my word. I'm not going to flip-flop. I said this year's Final Four will play out similar to the way last year's Final Four played out, and that's exactly what's happening. You saw Gonzaga and UCLA play in the semifinal matchup that was a dogfight. I mean, all the way until Jalen Suggs hit the running 3. I don't know if that was a send overtime or win the game, probably whatever it was. But that was a dogfight. Now you saw the same in this North Carolina Duke game. Big bucket for big bucket. Man, coaching strategies, foul trouble. You had to navigate everything in the game. Was well worth the buck. Now you arrive in the championship game, and just like Baylor ran away with it on Gonzaga wire to wire, Kansas is gonna run away with it on North Carolina wire to wire.
That's what you think, huh?
And you want me to tell you why?
Yes.
Reason being, if this is if Duke, we talked to Nate James on Friday.
Austin P. Coach, former
Dookie. He said he needed Mark Williams to have an impact in this game. Mark Williams got in foul trouble early, which negated everything that he could possibly do. Baycott got to run wild.
That was huge.
That was humongous.
That was the difference in the game.
That was the difference in the game.
The damn free throw.
Exactly. Yeah. She's fired up.
Always.
But
like the rest of her life.
Yeah, but the difference with them is they have other pros on the floor, Duke that is, so they were able to play through Paolo from the outside and Keels and all these guys. Kansas sticks to the script, even though they got a pro in Baji on the wing.
I love him.
They're going inside to establish something. So you get Baycott in foul trouble, which I thought Duke was going to have an opportunity to do. It's a totally different North Carolina team, man, and they are in big trouble. If Matek, no, I'm saying it's not wrong. Mayak, whatever his name is, the white guy with the long hair to shoot the threes. If he got to move to the 5, it's a problem. I'm telling you right now. So
there is something to be said for the whole.
Yeah,
the whole
you said that doing this.
The whole Carolina Duke thing playing in the Final Four being such a big thing, there's almost a natural letdown, even though you're going into a national title game.
And I don't even want to say a letdown. I just want to say, man, how do you get back down to reality?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You flying so high. Like, it is difficult, man. I said it about Tennessee when they beat somebody and they had to go play Arkansas next. I said they're going to lose against Arkansas.
Yeah.
It might have been Auburn. It was Auburn.
Yep.
They're going to lose against Arkansas,
Auburn.
man. It's like, it's
Did
different,
they?
man. Yeah, they
No,
did.
Yeah.
No.
No, they did lose at Arkansas. Yes, they did.
But the Auburn game.
It wasn't the Auburn game.
Yeah.
It was the game they played on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Raw.
Was it Kentucky?
They beat Kentucky.
Kentucky,
They beat
yep.
Kentucky. So
That's
it's,
what it was.
I
man,
mean, I knew it was either Kentucky or Auburn.
It's different, man, when them rivalries are involved, man. And I don't think it's about just a letdown. I just think they can't get their feet back on the ground.
I also think, though, this Carolina team mentally is built a little bit different. Like what they've been able to do in the back half of the season and all that. But you have to point out Baycott and that ankle, too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, he said yesterday, he was like, you would have to physically cut my right leg off for me to not play in this ball
That's what I would expect him to say.
So, you saw him come back after that, but you can't tell me that
I don't know why he
won't
left the floor.
affect his game.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. So Kansas minus the 4. By the way, UNC is undefeated against the spread in this tournament, which is interesting. All right, more 3HL when we come back. Music City Autoplex is where we are. We would love to see you. We've got some zone stuff to give you when you come see us, and Krispy Kreme donuts while they last if Buddy Sadler doesn't eat them all. More 3HL coming up. Stay tuned. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
Well, season tickets for the Preds 2022-2023 season, they are on sale now. Who doesn't want to be a part of Smashville? So much fun. It's one of the best experiences in Nashville is going to a Preds game. And you could do it for every single game and buy a full season ticket package, or you could do it for half. Or maybe you don't want to invest that much, but you still want to be a part of the Loyal Legion and Smashville. They also offer quarter season plans. And what do you get out of joining the Loyal Legion? You get the best seat locations, the best seat locations. You get priority access to 2022 Stanley Cup playoff tickets. And you also receive up to 6 bonus tickets to share with your friends and family so they can experience Smashville, one of the best things to do here in Nashville during the 2022-2023 regular season. Also, season-long benefits, that's concession discounts, that's pre-sales to shows at Bridgestone, that's savings on Preds Foundation events, locker room discounts, all of it. Get in on Smashville and join the Loyal Legion at NashvillePredators.com/season tickets. That's NashvillePredators.com/season tickets. Go Preds.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. High interest rate credit cards starting to build up? Is it time to make some home remodeling projects a reality? Well, our average client received over $54,000 with a simple cash out refinance. What would you do with an extra $54,000? Let's get the process started today. Apply online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Well, Graham's Living is a third-generation family business. They've been serving the Nashville community for almost 25 years. Get this. I actually went to Graham's Living when I first moved here like 16 years ago when I bought my townhome and I needed lighting. And everyone's like, oh, you go to Graham's Living for that. Yeah, they're best known for their extensive inventory of luxury lighting. But here's the deal. It's not all they offer. In addition to Nashville's leading retailer of high-end lighting brands, they also offer stylish hardware and beautiful outdoor furniture. I actually just bought an outdoor fan for our backyard area that we have redone, and I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. And Graham's Living was awesome. They were amazing. One of the best things about doing business with them is their commitment to service. Their knowledgeable and friendly team offers you the best of both worlds, from the front desk when you walk into their beautiful showroom to the in-house design team to the free delivery service. Everyone from Graham's is such a pleasure to work with. I went back and forth on which fabric I wanted on my outdoor furniture, and they were phenomenal, showing me samples, giving me pictures, texting me measurements. Honestly, the best experience dealing with Graham's Living. They are Tennessee's premier source for on-trend lighting, luxury outdoor living, stylish hardware, and they have a ton of stuff in stock. So you should also trust Graham's Living to make your home vision a reality. If you are building, maybe remodeling your house, doing something to your backyard, adding a pool, spring's coming, you're ready for some outdoor furniture, do yourself a favor. Stop by Graham's Living, located at 244 Cool Springs Boulevard. That's in Franklin, Tennessee. Visit the showroom. Treat yourself to the Graham's Living experience.
Good evening. I am Joe Hunt. Coming up tonight, it is going to be the 8th seed North Carolina Tar Heels taking on the number 1 seeded Kansas Jayhawks in the national championship. Tip-off is going to be scheduled for 8:20 on TBS, but if you're driving around, you can listen to it right here on 104.5 The Zone. The only 8 seed to ever win the national championship was back in 1985. Villanova did that, and they are the lowest seed to ever win. If UNC were to win tonight, they would tie the Wildcats. College baseball rankings are out, and yes, Tennessee remains the number 1 team in the country. There are actually 6 SEC teams that are in the top 25. Vanderbilt dropped to number 16 from number 9 after the sweep this past weekend. And the Nashville Sounds open up the season tomorrow at First Horizon Park, a 6-game series against the Durham Bulls. Right now, according to MLB Pipeline, the Brewers actually have 5 of their top 30 prospects on the Nashville Sounds, including left-handed pitcher Ethan Small and Bryce Terang, who is the number 4 overall prospect for the Brewers. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL out at Music City Autoplex. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL on the air, out and about today, bringing the noise to Hendersonville. Music City Autoplex is where we are. Brent Doherty, Dawn Davenport. She's over the Duke loss. Don't worry about it. I saw another commercial using this song. I think it was Folgers. No lie.
Whoa, really?
No lie.
They're going hardcore.
Yeah.
Wow.
I need Brett B to give me an intro with that.
You got to call him by the correct name.
Gordy B.
Brett Gordy B.
Brett Gordy B.
Because of his production expertise.
Yes.
Right.
Because he's creative genius.
Mm-hmm. He is a genius. That's a good word for it. That's not overshooting.
I mean, he's done like
Rhett
8
Bryant.
intros for Ron Slade. 8.
Including this one.
This is a great one. This is perfect for tonight.
Forward.
Channeling Ray Clay from the Chicago Bulls.
Y'all better buckle up, because this car ain't got no roof.
Slate, we're celebrating college basketball tonight.
Oh, yes.
With the national championship game.
This is the end.
You think Kansas -4.
I just,
Is that where you're going?
all right. Moment of truth. I just went Kansas -5.
Oh! You
Yep.
said, I don't need the 4.
No,
I'll
I
take
don't
more
need-
than that.
I'm Mark Mariani.
We don't
Hey.
need the points.
Yeah, we need them. Yeah, we got Shark. We Shark. There's some blood in that water, baby.
Need to reach out to Mariani. Let's see where Mariani is on this deal.
Yeah.
Mariani might go Kansas -9. Like, he does things like that.
He does. And guess what?
And he wins.
So I was they have where you can wager Kansas winning between 6 and 10 points. And you can get different odds. I also saw one with Kansas Jayhawks and under 151.5. I think I'm gonna take that too.
Under 151.5.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that too.
Why do you think that is? You think national championship game, big moment, so everybody's a little more careful?
What I do think is when teams play and they have a good shooting performance, the way Caleb Love just did, Davis also did. Like they shot the ball really well to stay in that game with Duke. Sometimes it's looked at. You can carry that over into the next game and think that's going to happen again. And it's majority of the time not. So it's fool's gold. So I don't think they make those same shots that they shoot, which would make for long rebounds, and long rebounds lead to transition buckets for Kansas. When they're able to get out and run like that, I think it's going to be different, man. So I think Kansas is going to run this thing wire to wire, man. I'm going to be real. Like, I think it's a good game.
We were spoiled Saturday. That Duke-Carolina game was phenomenal. That Kansas game was bonk.
It's hard to – but guess what? We said that going into it with Williams being out for Villanova, they were able to try to maintain, but they had nobody else to come in to help from the bench, which the spot that they took over Williams. So at some point, the war of attrition takes over, and that's what happened in the Villanova Kansas game. And I just think, man, them shots that carried, like that game was. We said though, man, we hope this isn't the national championship game,
right?
But that could be it. So I'm gonna stick with that, man. I just don't. They shot that ball incredible. There was some big time shots. The shot that Caleb Love made over Mark Williams, that's a 7-footer, at least 3 feet behind the 3-point line with his hand stretched out.
It's unbelievable. I mean, that was the dagger right there.
That did it.
Clutch.
That did it. The whole time when he was dribbling,
And
I was
you
like,
couldn't have defended that any better.
That was it. Your big man, your 7-footer contesting the guard's three.
Has his hand up and jumped and didn't foul him. Like, you cannot defend that any better.
I don't know what else you want.
See, that's why I'm like, sometimes it's just.
I heard about how great that game was.
Oh, Mayor.
I know you were watching it in the background. Right?
I was at Tennessee Vandy.
Oh.
Standing in the outfield, and Vanderbilt's outfield seating setup is awesome. Because they probably don't want you to, but you can stand up against the rail where people walk through, you know.
They probably don't.
They probably don't want. They'd probably rather have you in your seat, but it's more fun to stand there with with your boys and watch baseball and drink a beer or two. And under the food tents, they had the TV. They had the game going. So I was able to check out a little bit of it. But
where did I watch the game?
For me, it was Tennessee Vandy on Saturday, which was awesome. It's amazing how different those teams are, and how great of a program obviously Vanderbilt is, and they don't get swept often. They don't lose series at home often. So you can debate how significant that was, because it's such a long season.
Yeah.
But Tennessee fan will tell you, I don't care. I'm just enjoying this ride. Because you've never had it. Like when Todd Helton was up there, they were really good.
Right.
They weren't 27-1.
No.
Winning, 19 in a row?
No.
And, I mean, they're the first 9-0 SEC team in SEC play in 28 years. Consensus number 1 for the first time in program history. You win at number 1 Ole Miss and sweep them. You win at Vanderbilt and sweep them. I mean, it's amazing. And people obviously, this has turned out to be one of the more hated teams in sports right now because of the way that they just throw it in your face, and they do.
But you know what, Mayor, I don't think it's just that. I think it's a trickle over from each sport. Like it started with baseball going on that run last year.
Yeah.
Then it went into football, the excitement from that. Then basketball caught it. Then it came back around to baseball. So I think it's just
from a fan standpoint,
sure. That's what I think.
Tennessee, the Tennessee players would act this way if they were 16 and 13.
There you go.
I mean, that's just who they are.
There you go.
And
there you go.
A lot of that comes from the head man too, and Tony Vitello. I mean, you could tell by the in-game interview.
Yep.
When asked about Hunk, do you have this? When asked about the illegal bat that was used, he was still fired up about it, and he just calmly, with a straight face, went Talladega Nights reference, and then it turned into a hashtag on the internet, Mike Honcho, all over the place.
How was that situation explained to you with the bat?
I guess the sticker came off during BP. There was no sticker on the bat. You got to have a sticker. We've actually, since I've learned that, we've got a few bats that somehow conveniently the stickers have come off. So I don't know, but I don't even know that Jordan Beck should be at University of Tennessee, forged his transcript, and it's actually a 35-year-old man named Mike Honcho.
By the way, everybody's talking about the last line. I mean, that was kind of a legit shade throw, conveniently came off.
Yeah, it's funny.
Right?
Like, I didn't notice that when I heard it the first 10 times.
Right.
But then when we played it earlier in the show, your eyes went big. And then we forgot to come back to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he did those. I mean, was it shade or was it an accusation?
No, it was 100% an accusation.
Yeah.
Hold on, I missed it. What?
Play it again,
Hunt. Listen to him talking about the stickers conveniently coming off.
How was that situation explained to you with the bat?
I guess, the sticker came off during BP. There was no sticker on the bat. You got to have a sticker. We've actually, since I've learned that, we've got a few bats that somehow conveniently the stickers have come off. So I don't know, but I don't even know that Jordan Beck should be at university.
Somehow conveniently have come off.
Yeah.
That's an accusation right there. That's somebody's peeling our stickers off our bats.
Well, here's what Corbin said after the game. Like, this is beautiful. Like, in sports, you love rivalry,
Gotta have
right?
it.
Like, you
Gotta have
love
it.
the drama and the entertainment aspect that
Like,
sports
even
provide.
though I don't love Lisa, I love the rivalry.
That's what drives it.
And the back and forth. Well, that's what Vitello said. Here's another Tennessee comment. This is from Drew Gilbert, who said, actually, Hunk has this one, too. This is Drew Gilbert, who's the center fielder for Tennessee, talking about, among other things, the crowd becoming less loud as the series went on.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I think we all embrace it, right? I think that helps us play on the road really well. We definitely embrace it. We don't care if people are yelling at us. We kind of like it, right? And I think if you embrace it, things can, go well like they have been going.
Did you notice the yelling reduce a little bit as the weekend went on? It seemed like Friday was really intense.
For sure. I mean, you definitely notice that, right? I mean, you're stomping on someone's throat, you tend to get a little quieter.
Wow.
I met this dude after the game.
Yeah.
He's like way shorter than me. Like, I mean, these guys that are saying these things and have this swagger aren't the biggest human beings you've ever seen. But it's interesting. He said you definitely notice that when you're stomping on someone's throat, they tend to get a little quieter. I mean,
when you get on that stage, man, you transform.
And he said we like it. We like people coming at us.
Mm-hmm.
That's a mindset. Here's what Corbin said after the game. One of the comments that he made. This game has a way of coming back around to people who treat it well, and we do. The game is very easy for that group right now across the street. They're playing very well. The game's difficult for us right now, but it's not always going to be that way.
See, that sounds to me like a guy that doesn't believe in what they building up there. That's the way I would take. Like, just be cool. Let them have their moment in the sun. This ain't gonna last. Everything will be back to order soon. That's what I take from that.
Yeah, there's baseball gods guys, right? Like that believe in, like, you don't step on the chalk when you go out on the field. Like, you don't do anything to disrupt the baseball gods.
Mm-hmm.
That everything will, even if you're not playing well, everything will come back into.
I'm a believer of that in basketball. I believe that.
Listen,
play the right way.
Vanderbilt will get it going. I know they've lost 5 conference games in a row. They're not used to doing that. But 3 of those came against the number 1 team in the country. I mean, let's take the Tennessee part of that out of it. So, it'll be interesting to see, the ebbs and flows of this season for both of these groups.
Yeah. Like what Rick Barnes said, like, you didn't lose to a bad team. You lost to the number 1 team, if you want to just take that with it.
Would you trade A.J. Brown to the Jets? We'll talk about that next. 3HL 615-737-1045. Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, we got a guy, Chris
We'll do
Lang.
that at 5:45. Chris Lang, yes, former North Carolina player. Talk about the national title game tonight and probably get into the win over Duke.
And how they put us out in Tennessee.
And put you out. Some lovely discussion points coming up next. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Maybe right now you're looking out in your driveway looking at that piece of crap car that you need to replace, and you can do it at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Maybe you're driving right now thinking about, man, I really need to replace this piece of crap car I'm in. Well, you can do it at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Get it done this weekend. 30 minutes from downtown Nashville in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. 24 west toward Clarksville, but not very far toward Clarksville. Exit 35, straight shot. 3450 Tom Austin Highway. Again, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Best car buying experience you've ever had, unless you're looking for a truck. Then it's the best truck buying experience you've ever had. Unless you're looking for a Jeep, then it's the best Jeep buying. You get what I'm saying. Car, truck, SUV, Jeep, whatever you need, new or pre-owned, you'll be able to get it done at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Go take your test drive. Ask your questions. They'll have the answers for you. No pressure at all. They simply want you in the vehicle that's right for you, and that's what will happen. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Let me tell you about my friends at Smoky Mountaintops. Mike McGrady and the guys flat out get it done. We've used them for several projects, and they do beautiful work on time, communicate well, and they really set themselves apart. Family-owned Smoky Mountaintops has provided Nashville area residents expert advice and superior customer service for more than 20 years, guiding businesses and residential clients every step of the way in building their dream kitchen, bath, or commercial projects. Smoky Mountaintops craftsmanship can be seen at the Bridgestone Arena and other landmarks as well. Lexus Lounge, man. It's a beautiful thing to go see their Smoky Mountaintops work down there. Smoky Mountaintops specifies the finest and the highest quality materials like beautiful and functional Vidara artisan quartz countertops, which are not only handcrafted and gorgeous, but are perfect for busy lifestyles and high traffic areas because Vidara quartz is durable and stain resistant, and the smooth surface is easily cleaned, leaving no room for germs to hide. Start your dream project today by visiting SmokyMountainTops.com. Again, SmokyMountainTops.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Getting pumped for the game tonight.
Ain't nothing like March Madness, man. Nothing in the world.
Might as well talk with the former Carolina player. Chris Lane joins us now. Chris, what's up? How are you?
Man, I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Trying to figure out, do you stay calm at this point, or?
Right now, I stay calm. About 9:20, what little hair I have left will start, raising up off the top of my head. But then by about 10:45, 11, I should be celebrating pretty good.
How much did that win over Duke mean to you as a former player?
Man, I can't say too much on the radio. I'll keep it G-rated, but they won't be able to talk any smack. Let's just say that for a long time. I would say that's a 20-year trump card right there. So they can go undefeated. They could go undefeated for the next 20 years, and all I'm going to be like, do you remember? That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna do.
Hey, Chris. Hey, man, what's up, dude?
Oh, Slay, you good?
I'm good, baby. I told him, man. I got one coming on, boy. Hey, he ain't gonna be bashful.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. If y'all, the first time I met Slay was we was out in the tunnel, and all I could hear, "We're gonna let the donkeys loose." I was like, "Oh Lord," and and he kept saying, "Who's gonna let the donkeys loose? We're gonna let them donkeys loose." And I'm like, if I'm from the country, if this guy doesn't know that when you let donkeys loose, they're lazy as hell. They're not moving. They still gonna sit there. So if he wants to let the donkeys loose, well, hell, you just gonna stay right there, and nothing gonna happen. But I had to let him have his little time.
Hey, man. Hey, see, that's the thing you're not supposed to do is make sense of trash talk.
Well, you got me. See, that trickery worked on me, so I'm sitting there thinking and actually analyzing. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, donkeys ain't gonna do nothing. Now, if you had some stallions, some Mustangs, yeah, they're gonna run away, but donkeys ain't gonna do nothing.
Hey, boy, you still stupid, boy.
Is that where the trash talk ended, or did Slay let it rip during the game too?
He doesn't stop no matter what. Even if you're whooping his tail from wherever to wherever, he's still gonna talk. He's got to. It wouldn't be Slay if he didn't talk.
Okay, Lane, man, you had a great experience, dude, going to the Final Four. Y'all put us out, man. Stopped our journey. Man, talk about that moment, man, being on this stage, what it's like, and y'all were loaded too, and wasn't expected to get there. Y'all went through a coach change and everything.
Oh, yeah, that was tough, but we were loaded. I mean, you guys were too. You guys were super athletic. They had you, who was Mr. Versatility with the ball, had Vincent, and then the one kid, was it Hazlett? Was it Marcus Hazlett, the super athletic kid? Is that his name? I can't remember who you guys had that was another super athlete.
Yeah, we had Vincent Yarbrough, Isaiah Victor. We had plenty of
That's Isaiah Victor. That was his name. Yeah.
From Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Man, y'all are just loaded. But it was a great little journey. Like I said, we had players, but we had some issues during the regular season. But hey, sort of like this Carolina team, just kind of reminds me of the same aspect as far as, kind of just we didn't stumble into the NCAA, but didn't do as expected during the regular season. But, hey, we're clicking on all cylinders now, just like how we did going into the tourney. So, hey, more power to us.
See, that's the beauty and the curse of that sport, right? Like, it's such a grind during the regular season. And you could be playing.
Especially the ACC. Yeah, and the ACC was rough. Yeah. It was rough.
Well, I was thinking, because teams get hot, like an 8 seed Carolina gets hot, and here we are. And then, to localize it for a lot of Tennessee fans listening, they go 13-1 down the stretch and then flame out in the second day.
Yeah, and that's the misfortunes you have sometimes. I mean, Kentucky wasn't thinking, a team was going to beat them. I mean, come on, no one did. Everyone's bracket. I'm curious to know the actual percentage on what the brackets were, who still had that bracket still up. I mean, Kentucky was at least expected to Sweet 16. So
I think before Kentucky, there was no perfect.
Yeah.
Before Kentucky even lost, there were no perfect brackets.
They
left.
were a 17.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
In that game.
That's insane. Yeah. But I mean, hey, look at Shaheen now. He's got his nice little contract going back to his old school at Seton Hall. So he's not complaining about what he's got. So he's good. So He's liking his bank account right now. He's got his first little check deposit, so he's good.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
When you look at this Kansas team, what's the biggest challenge for Carolina? Because a lot of people can say, and I got to be honest, your guy Slade just said it a little while ago on this show that, hey, I would hate to see this, but it seems like maybe that Duke Carolina game was the national championship just because of everything that went into it, right? And so how do you not let the letdown kind of build for this one?
That is the tough emotional roller coaster ride that we have, especially with that rivalry being with Duke. But Hubert has been kind of relaxed about everything. You should enjoy the moment. So he hasn't emphasized one game too much. So maybe with that strategy, it'll help. But as players, I mean, Slade knows once you do what you did, especially to Coach K on his I don't want to talk too much about it, but that is gratifying in itself. So now as a player, we got to try to hype ourselves back up, which let's just be real, it's hard to do. It honestly is. A player, when you're politically correct, you're going to sit there and say, "Oh yeah, I'm ready for the national championship game," which you should be. But it is right. You're high, and heck, that was a lot of people's national championship game. Everyone wanted to see the Carolina Duke game. I mean, that's what was publicized all over TV. Not Kansas and Villanova. I feel bad for them, but the pub was Carolina Duke last. The journey for Coach K. So it's going to be tough for our guys tonight, but of course you're not going to pull for us. We got matchups. They're deeper. If you get Baycock in foul trouble, we're in trouble. If Manick doesn't hit any shots, we're in trouble. But, I mean, it's a decent matchup for the first five, but can we stay out of foul trouble? There's a lot of factors. I don't want to get all analyzing in the game, but we'll see what happens, though.
It's part of it, though.
Yeah, it is that. It's that mental game. That's where he played all these games. Won some huge games. I mean, are we hungry enough? They look like it. I mean, Caleb Love still looks like he's hungry for more. Heck, I'm curious. I can't wait. Now, if we got to go into our bench, that's where we got a problem. I got to be real. That's where we got a problem. If we have to go into our bench, we're in trouble because they're good there,
So do you still communicate with a bunch of teammates? Like, do you have like a text strand going during this game tonight? Is that how you consume it?
My crew is B. Hay, Brendan Haywood, Jason Capel, and Pep. That's my crew. I stay in touch with Ed, but he's not part of our thread of talking via text and everything like that. But yeah, those three are my main guys that I keep talking smack with.
Yeah, you played with them. Those are your guys in high school, AU. That's stuff, right?
Buddy.
Y'all just carried that on over to Carolina. Y'all been cheap.
Exactly. Man, we don't be mad, man. We was loaded. My AAU team. My AAU team. We had Brendan Haywood. We had Julius Peppers, Antoine Scott from Wake
Big
Forest.
Yep. Okay.
Irvin Murray from he went to Wake Forest. Craig Dawson, who was at Wake Forest. Our AAU team I think we had 8 out of 10 players were ACC players. So we was stacked. Yeah, we were loaded. But anyway, Slay, man, it's finally good to get to speak to you again, man.
Yeah, man. Dude, we caught up, man. See, what the listeners don't know, man, this relationship go way back, man. In 99, 2000, man, we got years in it, and then after playing in college, overseas, Italy, USA team. Man, we done had some events. Yeah, you remember Brazil? Yeah.
Okay, hold on now. I'm
really back in. I am too.
Hey, that's in the past. I am saved and sanctified and holified. Stop now.
Hey, man.
What happens there stays there, right?
Yeah, straight up. Dude. Like some real bangers, man, and competed at a high level against each other, dude. Let me ask you this. In some of y'all practices, though, take me in that North Carolina practice real quick, man. Y'all leading up, not even necessarily for the Final Four, but preseason, the years after, like, y'all got some monsters, man. And then I only had one guy ever block my hook shot. One person.
Yeah.
Julius Peppers came from help side.
Help side,
and blocked
yeah,
my jump hook, man. I'm like, that ain't supposed to happen,
The
man.
football guy?
That ain't even really supposed to be out there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing, though. What people don't realize, Julius Peppers in high school, now he was already 270 in high school. He was ranked number 2 in the nation in the triple jump.
Goodness.
Could you imagine
athlete.
a 6'8", 270-pound high schooler doing the triple jump, ranked second in the nation?
That'd be like Slade now. I mean, maybe minus about 10 pounds, but yeah.
He's doing about a triple dunk of Twinkies right now. I mean,
I just set him up.
Yeah,
for you.
no,
Sorry, Slade.
You did. You threw the lob, ma'am, so I had to go up and get it. So I'm just saying. Slade, that wasn't me firing shots. That was her.
I already know, but I know what you're going to do when it's in the air. That's the whole problem.
I'm just saying. It was there. I have to respect the lady for that one. But in all seriousness, our practices, in all honesty, a lot of times outside of playing a Duke or if we had a preseason game against a Kentucky, our practices were harder than the games considering the talent that we had. Outside of the walk-ons, but the walk-ons, heck, they were when we had to practice our zone, we hated it because our walk-ons were all white boys that could sit out there and shoot. So, those practices we hated because we knew we were going to be running because, the rotations, the offensive rebounds, blah, 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 blah. We were pissed on zone day. But otherwise than that, our practices, I would always go against B. Hay or Bosco. He was another 6'10", so he was there for 2 years. Burstick was a white kid that's very athletic, but never got much playing time because me and B. Hay or Pep took all that time. But he was actually better than most people realize. My senior year, we had Neil Fingleton, a 7'6" kid. I never could take it easy in practice because, for one thing, I wasn't going to let an underclassman outdo me. So I always had to work. But that's what you want, though, and that's what made us do well until as I call the dark ages, happened with Doherty. But we won't get on that topic. So, that part is what it is, though.
Most definitely. Matt Daugherty. I forgot all about that, K-Lane.
Well, that was a deep breath sigh you just unloaded on us right there.
Brother, I'm gonna tell you that's another day. Right now, we're just gonna bask in the glorious national championship game. How about that?
There you go.
We're not going to go through the plague era right now. We're just going to go through a new golden age with Hugh right now. So let's just do that.
Chris Lang, former Carolina great, with us on 3HL, talking Carolina and Kansas, among other things. But I'm curious, was Slay more fun as an opponent or a teammate?
Oh, God, both. He kept you on your toes either way. Like he said, when he's letting the donkeys loose. But I'm like, but that didn't make sense. So I'm confused. So I run out on the court like, what is this guy crazy or is he trying to mess with my mind? Then, when we're teammates for the USA team, he keeps you on your toes with other ways, like I can say, a.k.a. Brazil. So that's all I want to say about that.
Hey,
Bell Summer story there.
Oh. Hey, we're going to have to bring it back for the Boom Boom Room, most definitely.
Exactly. That's going to have to be for a different type of rating show. I don't think we can bring that out here.
No.
So, but yeah, and then of course competing against him over in Italy. He's a very, very good competitor. He always pushed me whenever I had to guard him. I hated because I always played the 5 in Europe. He would be the 4 and sometimes played the 5. And when he did, I hated to have to guard him because, he could shoot outside, but then he could put it on the floor. And the fact that he was 240 even then and putting it on the floor, I hated to have to move my big butt around when he's doing all these spin moves, pump fakes, and then wanting to shoot a little hook shot off of me being off balance. Made me tired. So, I just wanted to bang against another big 260-pounder. That was easy. Then I just would run his butt down the court and then go dunk. But Slade could keep up with me. And then on the offense end, I'd have to pull me out. I'm like, oh, crap. I'm like, sometimes just shoot the J. Just shoot it.
Just go and get it.
Just shoot it.
Hey,
I
K-Lane,
love
what you got going up in Carolina now, man?
Well, right now here, since I retired, I'm actually upfitting a new gym here in my hometown. That's going to just be for where I'm going to have after-school programs, doing a lot of training for different players around here, all ages. And then, of course, being a father, I got a 1-year-old twins. Their birthday was this past Saturday.
Hey, happy birthday.
You know, well, thank you for that. And then bigger projects coming along. It's 2 years out, but building a 6-court facility for a lot of national tournaments, volleyball. And believe it or not, since pickleball is such a big thing now, I guess I got to start. It's getting massive. There's a huge demand around here for it. So I got to start putting pickleball lines and outdoor pickleball courts for the people. You know, Chris has got to give what the people want.
That's right. You fit in well with us.
Yeah, most definitely.
I love it. Hey, Chris, great talking with you, man. Good luck tonight with your Tar Heels.
Oh, appreciate it. It's great talking to you all. Slay, keep in touch, man.
I already love you, brother.
All right, love you too, man. All right.
Man.
There he is, Chris Lang. I just looked up the Matt Doherty years: 26-7 in year one, then 8-20.
I mean, they plummeted. They
See,
plummeted.
that's a little bit about what Andy was talking about.
They plummeted.
Yeah,
they plummeted. That was
rough.
difficult. Yeah. Then Dean Smith stepping away like he did, and Guthrie stepping in there and taking over. That went all right, but like he said, during that year, even though they had guys, they had Ed Cota, Joseph Forte, Julius Peppers, all these people. Look at him. Look at him. But
Big Savage.
They had
Ramon
Savages
Foster.
in the building. But you got that.
City Autoplex.
You got that going on, man. To have a coach change, it's difficult, man. It's difficult. So, you know, you got to give props to when people can get it going. So, yeah, K-Lang, that's my guy, though, boy. Summer stories are coming. Summer stories.
I look forward to it. When we come back, former Titan has a new team. We've got that for you. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
If you have thought of moving and making a lot of money on your house, it's hard right now because there's not a whole lot of inventory to move into. Prices are crazy high, rates are moving up. So maybe you just stay in your house and let my friends at Loan Pronto refinance your current house, turn your equity into cash, and totally transform your house with a new kitchen, maybe a new bath. Maybe you want to add a pool in the backyard. That's what we did, and I did it with Loan Pronto. They're awesome. The leaders in fast and easy home refis. I actually just heard from somebody on Twitter who said, hey, thanks. I'm closing my Loan Pronto loan today. And I said, I hope it was as easy of a process for you as it was for me. And she said, yep, absolutely. It was simple and fast. There you go. Loan Pronto. That's who you can call to help you out. Let them help you unlock equity and do some amazing things with your current home. Call Loan Pronto, ask about their home improvement refi, give your home a total makeover, and then skip your next 2 house payments in the process, possibly. That is 615-499-5780, loanpronto.com. The phone number 615-499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
I want to tell you about a new brake repair service I'm really excited about. It's called NuBrakes. You need to check them out online when you get a chance. NuBrakes.com. That's NuBrakes.com. Mobile brake repair. They come to you to fix your brakes. We've all got things to do. Let NuBrakes send a certified brake tech wherever you are to fix your brakes. They use premium brake parts. They warranty all of their work, so you know it's always done right. And they're backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Go to the website. Really incredible service with which they provide. NuBrakes.com. That's NuBrakes.com. Get an instant online quote. Choose your repair date. They come to you to fix your brakes. Convenience at its finest. Tell them you're a Zone listener. You'll get a 10% discount. NuBrakes.com. That's NuBrakes.com. HL 104.5 The Zone, Music City Autoplex. You never know who you're going to see out here.
Hey, ran across the Vadri. Savagery. Just pop. Just
there he is. He's Ramon Foster. He's got the purple mic. Is it on?
Yeah, for my Ripley Tigers back in Ripley, Tennessee.
Look at that.
See, I'm going to find a way to make a win, Brent. And for LSU when we beat them in 2005, but I can rock purple now.
Hey, I'm going to your old stomping ground this weekend. I'll be at Heinz Field.
Yeah, you told me about that. By the way, they're in the process of potentially changing the name of it from Heinz to something else.
Really?
Hunts? Yeah, the licensing. No, I wish it would be Hunts. Well, never mind. Hunts
A1?
might want to endorse us. No, whatever wants to endorse 104.5.
Hunt said A1.
A1. Hey, don't play with A1. That's right up my alley. But you're going to Heinz this weekend.
Yes, and
The
guess what?
Haven.
It's going to be like 50 degrees and rainy.
How do you get the Pittsburgh spring game?
No, it's
In
totally
the rain
random. And of course, it's going to rain.
Unless you're scouting, Babs, then what are we doing there? Because we got to go to Pittsburgh this year.
That's right. Tennessee does play there. Oh, good. I can get an early look at them.
Yeah.
Unless we're scouting.
We might need to take a trip with us, Savage.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Patriot. What? Never mind. We can't say that on the radio, can we?
Can we get a couple of travel baseball tournaments up in Pittsburgh? We can go up there.
Oh, hey, if we go up there, it'll be a grand old time. I'll tell you that much.
Most definitely.
Are you somewhere this weekend too, Mayor?
Yes, but I don't know. So you've got 10U going. I've got 11U going. We went to where were we? Jackson. And right when I walk up, here's Ramon right behind me.
I was worried about you too that weekend, Brent, because I was worried about myself. It was cold. You had on shorts.
I did. Well, luckily I hadn't checked in the hotel yet, so I still had my suitcase in the car.
Oh,
so I suddenly then had pants over shorts, my full coat, like big old like you
winter
could take
coat.
a bullet in this coat. So, yeah. Real quick, I teased this. Rashawn Evans, former Titan linebacker to the Atlanta Falcons.
Shocker.
I wonder
Dean
why.
Pease gets his
Brought him
linebacker
back.
Call. Dean Pease, but Art is like running it back, right? Who's next? Who's left? Ferkser?
Y'all know how the rumors go.
Berkshire.
A.J. Brown's gone.
Oh, God.
Listen, let me ask you, because these two split, and I haven't given my opinion yet. I'm glad you asked that question. If, Blaine and Mickey were talking about this on Monday. If the Jets, like there's all kinds of rumors out there that the Jets are willing to unload picks and receivers, man, you deal with receivers, you get picks.
Yeah.
If the Jets gave you pick number 4 and pick number 10, and another, like a mid-round pick for A.J. Brown, would you do it?
4 is really expensive. 4 is really, I'd say they give up 10. And I say you get a 2 also. As for a guy like him, and this is the other part that's beneficial for the Titans.
Hang on. 10 and 35. That's early second round.
I'm taking that.
Really?
Because I get younger and I keep my cap low
You
at
get
that
younger
point.
and cheaper. But guess what? This was my argument. I forget the comparison I made. Do you
Lottery
remember it?
tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Lottery tickets. Yep.
It's like, here you go.
Scratch-offs.
You're
here's
welcome.
Here's your $2 million, $3 million scratch-offs. Good luck. But guess what I have sitting over here?
What's that?
One that's already won that I'm going to go ahead and turn in.
Okay, that's true, but this
The
type,
unknown, no thanks.
you say no thanks. I say is the business always finds a way to take care of itself, because this is the other part of AJ. Right now, at the rate in which teams are got to give up money for that number 1 wide receiver.
You're talking about 23, 20.
We said at minimum 23.
Yeah.
Really?
And this is the
I
other
was
part,
thinking
too.
20.
The way that
His agent just got 2 receivers, $20 million, and AJ's better than both of them.
Yeah.
I know, but AJ deals with injuries.
Well, I mean,
Which
you
is-
will make that argument.
Which
knock
is
it down, right?
Well, guess what AJ gonna say? What's the old term in Goodfellas? No. Goodfellas or casino? Goodfellas. Screw you, pay me.
Yeah.
Rent's due on Monday.
Yeah.
Screw you,
Pay
me.
That's right.
Or he'll be like, okay, I'll just hit the open market.
I mean, yeah,
What do you wanna do?
you're going to bid at that point too. But, and this is the other part. The way the games is structured now, college is so much like the NFL as far as the receivers coming in game ready with the air raid that the NFL is. If you get a 10 and a 30-ish, there's still high-quality guys that's played a whole lot of ball that's going to contribute probably very soon. Think about the young wide receivers that's come out of late.
Well, because 7-on-7 and the change in that level, that's a big part of it.
It means more now.
Yeah.
So, and the other part of it is there's a lot that goes into that and trying to manage him and Big Jeff.
Right.
Yeah.
And this,
No,
I
that's
said
a
this
good
even
point.
last year
Back,
too.
yeah.
The other part of it is having a good team. The guys that's controlling the cap, they better be very, very creative, because when you got good teams, you got to pay good players, and those good players cost a whole lot of money.
That's, I mean, and to your point, I'm like agreeing with your point on the draft. Like, the time when you should be winning championships is last year, when you have Jeffrey and AJ on their rookie deals.
This is true.
And you're not having to worry about having to pay them. You paid Derrick Henry. You paid Ryan Tannehill. Your defense clicked. You have all these guys on their rookie deals. That's when you're supposed to go win a championship. That's when it's supposed to all fall into place.
So you're saying they missed it?
I'm not saying that.
Or if you just
I think they can. If they don't do it this year, they're going to miss it.
Okay. See, I don't think they think like that. I don't think they're setting it up. I think they think that it's a spinning wheel, and you constantly have to move pieces around. Like that's how the Patriots stayed good for all those years. Plus, they had Brady.
Well, they should think of it that way.
Yeah, they were always turning the roster.
Yeah.
So with Malik Willis coming into Nashville,
yeah,
sneaking into Nashville.
I was busy doing some other stuff. How did y'all feel about that?
Hey, listen, I've said for months, even into the season, they've got to be thinking beyond Ryan Tannehill at this point. Yeah. It's just like you've got to be thinking quarterback, like developmental quarterback right now, except for the fact that this position group is supposed to not be that good this year. Yeah. That doesn't mean it's not, because we've thought that before, and then Justin Herbert turns out to be Justin Herbert or whatever.
That's true.
So, they went to all of the quarterback workouts.
Yep.
And now they're that's not an investment. That's doing your due diligence.
Yeah.
When you're taking up visits though for quarterbacks, that's showing that you may go that direction in the first round.
The biggest hurt for this team this year,
or you want people to think that you're going.
But you only have certain amount.
They don't have a 2 this year.
Right.
And as good as the talent is at other positions,
that's the other problem.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Which is why if the Jets going to offer you a 10, I got to take that and probably mortgage it somewhere else.
So, hey, AJ, how about 20? No? Okay. Enjoy your time with the Jets.
You know why? Because
there's something to be said for that
negotiation.
And
you know what? Well, I know Joe trying to wrap us up here, but the thing is, AJ can afford to. He brings the market down if he takes 20.
Yeah.
And if I take 20 and run looking to get paid in my position,
don't you dare
he can be like, Mom, what are you doing?
Don't do that to me.
Plus, his agent has a bunch of wide receivers.
You better believe it.
Yep.
JR's going to call Dawn when she gets out of here.
I like it, man.
Dawn, he need bad.
I'm going to need you in the room.
Well, enjoy New York.
Go enjoy New York. He's going to be up there with Jay-Z.
And Corey Davis.
Look good and green,
It would be A.J. Brown and Corey Davis again.
Oh, there you go. And they'll probably still suck.
Well, 2020, they had a really great year.
Appreciate the fine people of Music City Autoplex. Always enjoy coming out here.
Family, baby.
Great sponsor of ours. Appreciate Ramon Foster for hooking in for a second. Listen to him, Jay Martin, Ramon, 6 to 10 weekdays. Appreciate y'all for listening and putting up with us. Good night. God bless.
See ya.